That is some bullshit, man.
Proceed to checkout. Let's see. There's a problem on this website. Oh my god, they're crashing the website. Estimated wait time 232 minutes now. For soap?
This is wild.
It's magic soap.
I gotta do a video on this. I gotta do a video. This is insane.
Did you like get sold out, Verbal? Or are you still in line?
So at first it said I'm sold out, and then said I'm back in line. So I don't know what's going. Nope, sold out. Sold out again.
If you try again, it brings you back in.
This is crazy.
It's part of your cart is sold out and not be available to purchase. Her soap, literally in 4 minutes, her soap was sold out.
We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
Oh, wow. Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Okay, you ready? Open wide!
Oh, welcome out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com, and most importantly, friends, SidescrollersPlus.com. Good to see everybody. Happy Friday. It is Finish Strong Friday. And Blabs is trying to finish strong with the Sydney Sweeney soap. Say that 3 times fast. Here we are. Blabs, any luck getting the soap?
So here's the thing. I didn't actually want to buy the soap. I just wanted to see if you could get it to check out and see if it would be sold out before I could even do it. And yes, no Sydney Sweeney soap for me, even though I wasn't going to buy any in the first place.
See,
it's sold out already within 4 minutes of launch.
Is it really sold out?
Yeah, it literally is sold out.
Okay, we'll see about that. Logan, is it truly sold out?
Sure, why not? I didn't really care too much about it. I just thought it was a good investment.
Were you in the checkout to try to get it?
No.
Oh, you weren't. Okay.
No, I actually went in like 2 weeks ago or whatever it was when it said register to get a free one. That's what I did.
Okay. What about you, Verbal? Good to see you, buddy. How are you?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Yeah, I applied for the free one and I tried to buy it right now, and yeah, they sold out in less than like 3 minutes, man.
Wow. I mean, only 5,000 available. So
I mean, that scent market is powerful.
I mean, honestly, 5,000 at $4 a pop. What's that? 40 grand, something like that. So
no, $8 a pop, and yeah.
So $8 a pop, $4,000. My math is what, 40 grand,
40.
something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah. So honestly, like, I think they'd actually charge a little bit more. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. Anyways, glad everybody's here today. We have a wonderful Friday show lined up for everybody. Maybe the best show we've ever done. Just gonna, set the bar really high today. Blabs has assured me that today's show will be the best.
No pressure. No pressure.
Yes. Or you get your free subscription on YouTube back. Congratulations. That's right. All you guys tuning in over on Rumble, good to see you. And of course, our new friends over at Kick over there as we continue to grow over there. That's great. We had a lot of Jammed Bug over on Kick says, join the Kick warm body money count for side scrollers, because I want to let everybody know. I think it's just in the full transparency. Yesterday on Kick, we saw how much that Asmongold made from his $18,000. Did you see that, Logan?
Yeah.
You saw that? Just in full transparency, yesterday, we made on Kick $3.23 from streaming on
Hell
Kick.
yeah.
So
I thought you were going to hit with some massive.
So is Asmongold exclusively on Kick now?
No.
Okay.
He's just making extra money on the side for switching over a button. So let's see if we can beat $3.23 today and just keep getting those rookie numbers up over there. That's great. But most importantly, did you see? It's moving up. It moved up right there. It went from $1.61. We doubled our revenue yesterday. Let's go.
Nice.
Oh, baby, it feels so good. It's called diversification. Let's go. All right. We have a big one. I don't know. wasn't sure if you guys wanted to talk about the Elon thing yesterday, and that I don't think we're going to talk about that because that would just
ruin the Switch launch day. That
I
ruined
know that's kind of how I wanted to talk about it because it's like Nintendo had this great launch thing, and then all of a sudden Twitter breaks for about
Dude,
6
it stole
hours.
everybody's thunder yesterday, man. Like I had my show last night with Gothics, man, and I was promoting it and all this, all these things, and then they start their little rap battle.
Mm-hmm.
That's all my thunder, man. I'm like, what the hell?
Dude, by the end of the show, someone needs to go in and make an AI rap battle between Elon Musk and Donald Trump.
Oh, hell yeah.
They need to do that scene from Guardians of the Galaxy when Chris Pratt's character starts dancing and he's like, Gamora! And then she's like, no. And like that's what we need to dance off.
No, they need to go full 8 Mile. Just full 8 Mile.
Yes.
I'm with you on that. I would love to see Trump and Musk just going back and forth, dropping mics. They got their mics in their hands over here, ready to go hard, and then walks up, and that'd be great. Anyways, in addition to that, we're going to be talking Switch 2. Logan has his Switch 2. He's going to give us a full in-depth rundown of his thoughts on that. We're going to go on a couple side adventures today. We have an unearthed video game that was never supposed to see the light of day, but honestly dropped today, which is very interesting to see. Looking forward to talking about that. And then there's a viral clip that was about selling your soul. And I wanted to discuss that with you guys because it's a interesting normal man conversation. We got a few other things on the docket, including Expedition 33 and how the insane lefties are going after it because it's too white, because whatever. And apparently Ubisoft is still insane as well. So, and if we have time, we'll get to Plane Talk today, which Blabs, I know you're really excited about Plane Talk.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I've been waiting for 2 days.
2 full days.
That's right.
Oh, that's good. Well, maybe we'll have time for it today. It'll be good. We always like to start the show. Oh, well, hold on. Before we do, make sure you guys head over to sidescrollersplus.com because coming up in just 8 days, next Saturday will be the big King of the Couch brouhaha throwdown. If you guys haven't heard, this is happening. It's next Saturday. The undercard, is that what it's called? The undercard pre-show will be available to everybody over on YouTube. The main card available exclusively over at Side Scrollers Plus. What a matchup we have here, as we're going to have a number of competitors, two of which actually on today's show. That'd be Blabs and me. You can see us right there in the middle. Eric and Garrett, and also Lumpy Potato from Rumble, and Wicked Virtue also joining us. So make sure you guys head over to Side Strollers Plus. Join us for our first ever premium super mega programming. I think that's what we're going to call it, premium super mega, exclusively over on Plus. And if you are a Plus member, you can also watch the Kirsche stream archive she did exclusively for our Plus members the other day, which was great. And today you can actually be a part of our call-in show because it's Call-in Friday, which will be good after our traditional show is
Friday.
So, yeah, it is Friday. I know, Logan. They're all starting to run together. So anyways, use promo code COUCH. That is COUCH. I actually misspelled it the first time I put it in as coach because I'm a dummy. So we need to find a way to use promo code COACH sometime, Blabs.
Wow. All right. I guess if you're starting to do coaching again.
Maybe someday in the future. But we always like to start the show with Today in Gaming History. So Blabs, don't tell us.
I'm not. I'm going to wait.
Logan, Verbal Riot, you guys have the opportunity to pick the games that Blabs, the 3 games that she picked for Today in Gaming History from our giant list here. Okay. Looks like there's some good ones to choose from. Let's do a quick perusing here before we make any big picks.
It's obviously Dixer, Disney Pixar Cars.
I'm sorry, it's obviously what, Blabs?
I said Dixer. I put Disney and Pixar together. Dixer.
Okay, I think that Blabs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You guys see any on here that you guys think Blabs put on the list today?
Well, I saw the ones that Blabs put on the list, so she chose, in my opinion, the best one.
Oh,
okay.
Well, thank you.
Harmony of Dissonance, yes. Even though Aria of Sorrow is my favorite, that was still a really good Castlevania game.
Did you just spoil what I put on the thing?
He did.
Yep.
He did spoil.
But I didn't say the other two.
Verbal
Hey, you
Riot
posted it this morning.
Yeah, I'm looking at this list. I'm confused because I saw Diablo 4 and I thought it said 2003. That can't be right?
2023.
23. Okay, I thought it said 2003. Never mind.
It's like, oh my god, where'd the time
I'm
go?
like, wait.
Well, how old am I?
So, do you have any that you think that Blabs put on the list today? Verbal Riot?
Ooh, what did Blast put on the list? You know, I want to say something cute and anime-ish,
Okay.
Alice.
but I'm going to say Zelda.
Okay, I'm gonna go Zelda,
Mhm.
and we know this one's on the list. And
Yeah, way to go, Logan.
Hey,
Hey,
way to go.
You
And
posted before the show.
that's true. It was posted before the show. And Diablo 4, I think she'll put on the list because that's relevant. So, but go ahead, Blaz. What do we have today?
Ta-da!
Oh,
Did we go
Literally
3 for
all
3 today?
Three
Yeah.
for three.
The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening was released in Japan in 1993. Of Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance was also released in Japan in 2002. And Diablo IV was released in 2020.
Wait, what did you say?
Diablo
IV?
IV.
Diab? I actually would have put Tomodachi Life instead of Diablo.
Okay.
Ta-da!
You know how much that game is worth? It's ridiculous.
So 3 for 3. How much is that game worth?
Yeah, do tell us.
Almost around $200 now.
Wow. Okay. Some
I have a
noticeable
copy.
games that you missed today, Blabs, include, well, this isn't really a noticeable game, but And1 Street Ball was released in 2006. Hey, if you grew up in the early 2000s, you knew what And1 was.
Oh,
I
hell
actually
yeah.
didn't know.
You don't know what And1 was?
No?
Oh my gosh, we got to get you acclimated to some And1 Street Ball. That was
Yeah, but there's
legit.
Disney Pixar Cars.
Shut up.
Same year. I never
Duke,
played that one.
Duke
I
Nukem,
know
always
guys
fun.
who got in fist fights over N1.
Oh wait, why were they getting fistfights over And1?
Because, you know, they get competitive and
Were they like playing the game, or were they like just watching it?
no, playing the game.
Oh, okay. So I get it. You mean they're playing the PlayStation 2 game, not actually on a basketball court?
Oh yeah, playing the video. game.
Okay.
See,
Yeah.
that was it. In my era, that was NBA Street.
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah.
good times.
And in my era, that was NBA Jam. Oh baby,
Ooh, he's
All right.
on fire.
that's right.
That's how we started as kids.
Mm-hmm.
Pushing each other at the arcade machine. Stop.
You're cheating.
Yeah.
Well, good job today, Blabs. You did it.
Tanks.
I think that's our first 3 for 3.
In a while, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe ever. Maybe.
And
Oh.
probably the only ever time.
We do have our goal of 20 yellow supers today. And I'll tell you what, this is a great start, as the legendary Golden Spork has come in with the massive $50 super chat coming in. Blabs, I want to let you read it because I know you're excited.
MXR is back as of last month. He and his woman, Potastic Panda, have started a new channel called Miss MXR Doesn't Play. No mod reviews on the channel, but you could invite the two of them as podcast guests, and or you can interview them on a separate video. All right, well, I'm screen grabbing. There you go, got it. Thank you very much for the 50.
I just think that avatar's freaking hilarious.
That is a good one. Yeah. Thank you, legendary Golden Spork. Yeah, this is the channel. I'm not familiar with MXR Doesn't Play, but we'll definitely look. Take a
Don't know
look.
who that is.
Yeah, they do have very clickbaity thumbs.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
right there, it's good stuff. So yeah,
I
Cool.
like. Wait, go back. What was that? Look at that, the spy family. I trained my girlfriend to become your forger. That's funny. Anyway, am I the only one who got that? Guess I'm the only weeb here. All right, it's fine.
give it up for Depressed Men and Dork Knight 529, who became
This is
plus members.
depressed men, not depressed men. Jesus.
What did I say? I said men.
Men.
Yeah,
They're
that's what I
not
said.
sad men. They're men.
Depressed men. You say potato, I say potato. Blabs. There we go.
Yeah.
Steven came in and says the 88% of people that said no are liars. This is reference to the to the poll today. Slap the like button. Will you be buying Sydney Sweeney's soap? 85% no. We can actually raise that to 100% no because it's all sold out.
Well, actually, I'm still in line, and it keeps changing every so often. It's saying it's
Same.
available, right? You see that
Yeah.
too? So I'm just kind of chilling here. I don't know what's
People's
gonna
cards are
happen.
getting declined for $8.
All right. So $10 super chats will buy bars of soap today. So just to give you a heads up, we'll go
Bathe
in
the
and
stinky.
yeah, we'll go and buy some nice Dove.
And you could do a live show where Blabs uses the soap.
No. Well, maybe just hand wash and be like, "Ooh, yeah, look, watch me wash my hands, yeah." But that's it.
That'd be literally washing money down the drain.
Mercenary says, what are the something?
The ninjas?
I don't even know what that means. On Twitter, complaining now. And why are your pre-show talking about the bathwater soap? Normal men want none of that filth. Well, Blabs does. I was begging, just like, hey, I really want to pick up that.
Wait,
soap.
that's why we're talking about soap. We don't want filth. We like to be clean.
Yeah, hygiene's important, mercenary.
Bingo.
Methalus says, hey guys, I'm getting my Switch 2 delivered to my house today. That's all I have to say. Hey, enjoy it, man. The official Sloop says, happy Friday. Yes, it is Friday indeed. Snooty came in, says, join Side Scrollers Plus and check out these guys. Well, excellent. There's all wonderful, wonderful normal men down there. I'm going to put this on my notes. Blaz, we need to get Snooty an affiliate link for Side Scrollers Plus, because I think Snooty's doing some good, strong work.
Okay, I'll make a note.
The game store's
I'm
calling
making a
you,
note to
telling me
remind
more
you.
Switch games have come in.
Oh, look at you. Nice.
But I didn't answer. I'll call them back after the show.
No, go ahead and answer. Go ahead. It's okay.
Well, they already hung up. It's fine.
Okay. Sounds good.
So I'll go pick them up. I've got more Switch games waiting. More Switch 2.
Excellent. Godzilla Greaser says, happy 70th birthday to Robert England. There's never going to be a better Freddy Krueger.
I agree.
Commodore fan says, no hard feelings for yesterday, Craig. I got to admit, you and Alex Stein last night had me laughing so loud I nearly woke up my entire family. Oh, man. Can I, Blabs, get a couple supers while I pull up the episode of Alex Stein last night that I was on.
Mercenary says, I want to fire you, Blabs, for Diablo 4, but I don't feel it today. You're getting a pass for Friday. I'll find something else to fire you over if I can. The thing is, though, Mercenary, I'm not fireable from you. The only one who can fire me is Craig, so suck it.
Diablo 4 wasn't that good.
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
3 was
Not
better.
played it. Can't say. Black Kane says, it's nice to see you were able to pull away from his Diddy parties long enough for a morning stream.
I've never been to one. I've never, ever been to a Diddy party. I keep saying that because I know feds watch my show. I have never been to a Diddy party.
Neither have I.
I have to say that on every show. I don't know why people keep bringing it up. I've never met the man. I don't know him.
Yeah. Dragon Master gifted 5 memberships. If you got one, please say thank you to Dragon Master. Thank you very much. The Trilla says, Craig had a durag back in the day. Wave check. Yeah, can we bring durags back? Can we all get durags?
I think you first, Blabs.
I'll get a pink one.
Yeah.
Wait, did they ever leave?
I don't know.
For white guys, they did.
Well, yeah, there you go.
It's no longer the 90s.
I mean, I live in LA.
Yeah.
Everyone has a do-rag, so.
See? I'll get a durag one day and I'll wear it. Trowfast says, Dixar made the best movie.
Say that again, Blabs.
Dixar. Commodore fan says, and one a crap alley made Walmart brand now. Thank you very much. Canada for 11 says, sold out already. Geez, it sounds like when it comes to sale estimates, they really dropped the soap. Saint for one says, Logan Verbal, do you guys buy milk in a bag? Well, they're not Canadian, so no.
No. No.
What kind of freak does that? That's ridiculous.
Canadians.
Good idea.
Milk in a bag? This is the thing?
Oh. Yeah,
Oh.
I haven't even gotten to watch the last few shows all the way through, and every time I tune in, bag milk. That's
Listen.
it. I'm like, all right, bag
Like
milk.
literally a bag of milk.
Verbal. I need you to understand what I'm about to tell you right now. There's some really messed up people in Canada that drink their milk out of bags, right? They go to the store and you pick up a bag of milk. And this whole conversation started because Xbox, of all things, felt the need to make a milk holder, right? Why would you need a milk holder when you just grab it in the carton or put it in your, but no, they have bags of milk. Is this not the most ridiculously dumb thing you've ever heard in your entire life? Then
Are these bags super secure? Like, what are we doing here?
it's you cut a little hole.
Shall I explain it? Because Craig
No,
never even
no,
you've
Wait,
never
are these the same
seen
people
one.
that drink wine out of a box?
No.
This is
Craig's
listen,
not even
Is it like
seen
a
milk in
water
that.
bottle kind of bag
Okay,
where it's
no,
kind of
no,
sturdy?
think-
Like, what are we
think-
talking about?
It's like a giant plastic bag.
Yeah, we need to stop talking.
Fill of milk.
No.
And then when you go to the grocery store, you just pick it off the shelf and it'll wiggle, 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 wiggle like Jello. Because it's literally a bag of milk.
We need to
Wait,
stop.
so it's not in the freezer or in the,
It's in the dairy
refrigerated
section.
section?
Yeah, it's with everything else. So in Canada, they also sell gallons and liters and everything else, but they also sell these big ass bags of milk because it's for bulk, really. So
We need
like,
to
if you have a
stop
big
talking
family
about
or
this.
whatever, you pick up the big ass
Like
bag
a
of
trash
milk.
bag of milk.
It's not
Yeah,
like a trash
bingo.
bag. It's
That-
probably like a liter.
Oh, so
or
it's like
a
those
gallon.
bootleg cereal bags. You get a bootleg bag of cereal and a bootleg
It's
bag of milk.
literally a bag of milk. And here, by the way, here's the Xbox Canada for you guys. They
Of
haven't
course, it's
given us.
Xbox.
They haven't given us the price. Xbox Canada. I don't even know if they're ever going to do it, but like.
You know why? Because they got to do something with those shells that they're not selling.
That's
Uh-huh.
right. See,
Can you
Logan
imagine
gets
putting
it.
this in a mini fridge, an Xbox mini fridge? So you have an Xbox milk pitcher inside of an Xbox mini fridge, and then inside of that is probably like an Xbox mug. You know?
All right. Look,
All
can we
that
not-
stuff
we
that they're
need to
not selling.
We need to stop talking.
There is a
about
whole
it.
world
Bag
I
of
know
milk.
nothing about.
No,
You don't need to.
You're better off for it, for not knowing. Yes. So I was on the Alex Stein show last night and went down to Dallas to be a part of this. And stop it, Blabs.
I'm
Stop.
showing a bag of milk.
Nobody cares about the bags of milk. Nobody.
Verbal clearly does. It's fascinating.
No.
I
it is-
just
Your
never
milk
heard of this.
sack.
it's yes. Nobody wants to hear about milk sacks. All right. Nobody.
I think it's funny. Wiggle, wiggle,
Depends on the milk sack now.
I figured I would
Hi-oh.
just, hey, bada boom. Let me just show you
Sydney
a quick,
Sweeney?
about a minute of. Jesus Christ!
Craig's like, let me talk about Alex, damn it.
I know. I just wanted to show you about a minute of the show. This is last night when I was on the Alex Stein show.
Really,
Really,
you look uncomfortable.
Y'all don't do this on side scrollers, do y'all?
I don't know what the fuck's happening now.
You know what's happening.
Oh wow. Oh
Woo! Wow! When I'm stressed, I feel way better about Jorge. Bye-bye, Jorge! You're never coming to America ever again! And if you do, I will find you, and I will personally deport your Mexican pizza-eating ass out of this country! Ah!
What is he snorting?
I know why Craig
Wow,
was really
okay.
uncomfortable there.
Yeah.
so that was he was. It's like the smelling salts, and it was a lot, man. It was quite the
It
experience.
might have been a little bit more than smelling salts, man.
Yeah.
Well, he asked me to smell it as well, and I did, and it was the first time I smelt whatever it was I smelt. I'll tell you that much. But it was quite the experience. So you would think that we would have had a discussion about the Trump, Elon Musk, Twitter thing, and that was the title of it. But we spent 45 minutes of the show talking to Joe Exotic, the Tiger King's lover, who doesn't speak English.
Yeah.
So I just sat there while Alex Google translated to the guy on the phone, and it
Was that the guy that looks like Dave Bautista?
no. This day,
You know, I've never seen that show.
Oh,
Tiger
dude,
King?
you gotta watch it.
Eh,
Well, it was fun. People
people
Cyclone
told me
says,
that.
who was taller, Craig or Alex? I have Alex by about a half inch. So yeah, he's a tall dude.
That's what she said.
Let's go, bada boom. All right. Hey, Blabs, I wanted to show you one more thing before we get into hard news, real quick.
Is it
I
a
know.
bag of milk?
No, this is
Oh,
way
I
better than
like
a bag
that.
of milk. Blabs, it has arrived. Next Saturday, someone will be wearing this crown.
Nice.
Look at
It
that.
won't be me, sadly.
The king of the couch crown has arrived, ladies and gentlemen, and it is here ready to rock your faces.
I'm gonna try that on when I get there next week. Just
No.
saying.
Why
Why not? I just want to try it on. I won't be since I won't get to win.
Nope.
for sure.
Nope.
Oh,
No, Blabs. That's not how it works. You can wear it when you win it.
I'm
not
not gonna
something-
win. Eric's gonna
Then
win.
you-
We all know Eric is gonna win.
Then you don't get to wear it. It's really simple. Really simple.
Well, Eric wants to know if he'll fit his cowboy hat. See, he already knows he's gonna win.
Wow.
I think Eric is the overwhelming favorite, but
Yeah.
you may have a wild card or two planned. We'll see.
All of
how
a
it
sudden,
goes.
Wicked just wins.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'll put my money on Wicked.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll
Be
see how this
good.
goes. Missing to Jen says that minge is actually considered a swear word. It seems to be British slang for women. Oh.
It is true for vagina.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Okay. Kratos says, "Here you go. You officially make more money from me than Kick. To the Montez fund. Let's go. Love to see that. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys passively watching over on Kick and helping us rake in those big old Kick dollars, which is good. All right, we got a lot of super chats to get to. We'll get to all of them.
This is
throughout the show.
also true. My head would be too small for the crowd.
Yeah.
I'll just fall right through.
All right, let's get into it. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News. Okie dokie. Well, I mean, we know this is a thing. People were very, very excited about this. So much so it was the talk of the pre-show. We have this right here. The Sydney Sweeney soap is out of stock. It is out and out of stock, as you can see here. But they were so smart as they have allowed the bathwater bliss so you can shop Sydney's favorites. See, this is how they get you in here. And they say, oh, but here's the things that I like. So look at those wonderful
assets.
This is
milk
genius.
bags. It is. It really is.
Pretty good.
Yeah. So unfortunately, no one here got the soap today. Not that anybody here really wanted it, except for Blabs. She was like,
I
"Whoa."
didn't want it in the first place. It was
You said you wanted to bathe with it and smell like her.
That did
Listen.
not say that either.
Listen.
But it does say that it keeps refreshing saying available.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
it also
I'm
comes
doing the
with a
same thing. Like, I'm not
certificate.
leaving this site, man.
Yeah,
Well-
you apparently get a COA if you get the soap.
You get a
Because,
what?
a COA, a certificate of authenticity.
Okay.
You get a
Can we really
certificate.
prove it's her bathwater though? Like, can we prove it?
See, that's the interesting part about this is can you go in, maybe do a
Is
little
there
DNA
video?
testing? That's true. These are all important things that we need to know.
You know, she's out here in LA quite a bit. I might like snag a strand of her hair and like,
Just
You
walk
just
on
go
by.
up to her, ding, grab the
yeah,
soap,
you know,
run
take,
away.
take the
test
soap
it.
and have it analyzed. It's like, is this her?
Weird. So weird. Really, the only reason why we talked about that is outside of Blabs' insatiable thirst to buy
I
it.
did not want it. Why do you keep saying it? It was Verbal who wanted to actually buy it.
No. I think we all came in this morning and heard Blabs say, "Did anybody get the soap? I need to
You
buy the
came
soap.
in
Please tell me the
late.
link
What are
to
you
the soap."
talking about? You weren't
Yep.
even here.
Logan, you heard that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Verbal,
Well,
right?
then-
I'm pretty sure you heard.
Oh, yeah, and it's okay. And Blabs, it's okay. What woman wouldn't want to smell like Sydney Sweeney, right?
Of
I don't want to
course.
smell like Sydney Sweeney. What if she doesn't smell very good?
What if she does?
saying, I don't think they would sell 5,000 soaps in 2 minutes.
She
if
doesn't
didn't
look like
smell
someone that would smell bad.
That's right.
Are you judging someone?
Yeah, that's kind of what we do on this show, Blabs. Just saying.
Isn't that the whole point?
Yeah,
That's the whole point of the internet.
Listen, no, I don't actually want it, but it does say wait time 178 minutes. So we are down to 220.
And here's the thing, and I know everyone in the chat knows is very much sees that you very much have insatiable thirst to buy the soap as well. I mean, it's crazy. Everyone is rooting you on. I see them in the chat saying, "Get it, Blabs! Go get it, Blabs!"
It's sold out. I'm just
Go
wondering
get it.
what's going to happen if it
Yeah.
counts down. Will it still be
My only
available?
thing is, if it's really her bathwater, wouldn't they be selling it for way more than $8 a bar?
See, that's my thought too.
Well, that's MSRP for those bars.
Yeah,
finance.
But here's the thing: they only made 5,000, right? Like, so it's limited release. Why would you only charge $8 if it's
I
really?
think it's
her
about eyes on the
bathwater?
product.
Well,
I think
I'll tell
eyes
you-
on the product.
No,
is
the
worth more
regular
than
bars
anything.
of soap are $8. So why would you sell
Yeah.
Sydney Sweeney's bathwater for the same price as like the Candlewood?
because of
Right.
this. Because of what
when-
we're doing here.
Right, because when you go in and you say, "Hey, we're going to sell $40,000 for the stuff," it's all sold out. By the way, check out Sydney Sweeney's other favorites, and then all of a sudden that $8 turns into $50. Right?
There you
That's,
go.
Yeah.
That's
And
how-
see, that's
how it
why
is.
I am not a marketing genius, and they are.
That's right. Which is why I'll be selling bathwater soap soon. Can you imagine how gross that would be? Oh my gosh! Number one, just me taking a bath in general is disgusting. I agree. Listen, hey, here's a question for you guys. When was the last time you took a bath? Like, I'm talking dudes.
Oh,
When was the last
dude,
time-
not since I was like teenage.
Right.
Yeah.
since you were a kid, right? Like, Logan, are you the type of guy who like
The
turns
last
the
time I
lights
did-
down and puts the candles on? And
Oh God.
Okay, no. My wife and I went to the Grand Floridian about right before we got married, about 7 years ago, and they had one of these massive tubs, and we got in the bath together. That's about it.
Okay,
But that's different though. That's
that is
like-
different. That is
Yeah.
different, and that's cool. This may be the name of my soap, Craig Soup.
Oh God.
You know what? I'd buy that for $1.
Oh man, you're the one.
I hope it doesn't start like a dirty trend, man, where people are just selling bathwater soap now. You know what I
And then
mean?
you start collecting them. It's like,
God.
I have this celebrity soap, this
Disgusting.
celebrity soap. You walk into someone's soap room.
Oh, disgusting. Soap's pretty easy to make. You know, it actually is pretty easy to make. So it doesn't take very long. You know, maybe we can do some homemade. Stop it, Blabs. Stop. All right, you want to pivot? Let's go to this. Hey, thanks to Switzerland Plays for coming in with this refresher. Titty twister.
Titty twister.
Boobies and such. A titty twister. Titty twister Tuesday.
Fake titties.
Titties.
Titty twister.
Titty twister.
Boobies and such. A titty twister. Titty twister Tuesday.
Fake titties.
Titties.
There you go.
I
Congratulations.
like yellow flash right there at the end.
Titties.
It's an important
Brought
part
to
of our
you
show.
by
That's
Titties.
right. That's right. All right.
or milk sacks.
Yeah,
The worst.
that's going to be the thing. Milk sacks.
Emperor Creed says they got 16 hours in Expedition 33, and if this doesn't get Game of the Year, it's the biggest snub since Doom Eternal was passed over for Last of Us 2. Then again, the VGAs are as incessant as the Academy Awards. Incestuous.
I completely agree with that. I'm obsessed with that game right now.
Animal Crossing was better than Last of Us 2.
Well, I'll say this on that. You'll be hearing more about the Real Game Awards coming up here in the third and fourth quarter of the year. You haven't heard a whole lot, but we are getting ready to dig in pretty much.
You
when it
add
comes
that
to Real
controller
Game
category?
the categories are all up to the voting members. So I
Didn't you
Need controller categories.
Didn't you get a lot of shit for the one you did before?
Yeah, that was great.
Like that
awesome.
was weird. Like, no, you put on this positive show and you got
Uh-huh.
like so much shit for it. I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah, and they call us toxic, which is great.
'Cause
Yeah.
I even thought, okay, it's gonna be a little negative, it's gonna be snarky. No, it was just a wholesome video game
Yes,
show.
yes, it was like truly at its core video games, and that's it. Like there was no advertisement, no nothing, and people hate it. Like
They
well, look,
hated it. They went off.
It was
Those-
great. I enjoyed it.
right. Those who loved it, like those who felt that there was a need for it, really appreciated it, and those who like feed at the corporate trough, they were like, no, bad. So
Yeah. No, the
Uh,
shields went off on it, man.
Yeah,
great.
that was funny. The
So I'd like
X
to
was
thank all
hilarious
of them.
that day.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody for boosting our membership 20% that day. So thanks. That was great. All right. Okay, I saw this the other day. Actually, this has been passed around the last day or so. And the X post says this is basically selling your soul. It's so pointless. Now, this is the day in the life of a middle class man. I wanted to play this for you guys and get your thoughts. If this is truly selling your soul. So let's see what we got here. One thing I do want you to keep an eye on is he works 9 to 5 in insurance, and pay attention to the times of the day here. Okay, think when everything happens. Really took care of his PC there.
You're like, how slow are you?
All right, so he lives in a house, goes to the donut shop, picks up his donut, grabs it on the way to work.
Well, today is National Donut Day.
Oh, that's wonderful. It's also D-Day. Failed to mention that. That's important. He has a 10-minute commute to work. So the general response to this has been overwhelmingly negative. The idea of like, this is the worst life you could possibly live. This is the response on X because of this. So first, before I give you my thoughts on this, what are y'all's thoughts on this idea of like the 9 to 5 being a bad thing?
I used to do that. That's not a big deal.
I just think people don't want to work anymore.
Yeah.
They just don't want to work. Like these youngsters, like, because I assume they're young, these people who are complaining. They just don't want to work because that looked like a normal guy with a normal life. He's not a streamer. He's not trying to be like an actor. He's just a regular dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that. And like, look, the 9 to 5 is not something that like I'm built for, right? But I've done it before. I've lived it before. I understand it before, right? And I understand every aspect of it. I know that I am a horrible employee, right? I've come to that realization about myself. But I don't think any shade should be thrown at this guy at all for putting this together. I mean, like, there's this Tony Tones says, what's crazy that although this looks depressing, he still does better than 90% of people, right? He's got a wife, car, kid, pet, logs off at 4 o'clock, and he's only a few minutes from the office.
Wait, it didn't show anything about a wife.
Well, that's true.
It didn't either.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. But
everything else is fine.
I was like, if you add like a wife or a girlfriend to that, yeah, that's a great life. I don't see anything wrong with that. Especially you getting home by 4.
Yeah.
And the guy is, contrary to what he was eating. I mean, he looked pretty fit. So I mean, he looked like he can like go out and get a girl if he wanted to.
And it wasn't a 9 to 5 if he was home by 4, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what time he started. Right?
And you had a 2-hour break.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So if the company picnic, that would still be on work hours and all that, I'm assuming, because you're still at work. But it would still be 1 hour break, which is pretty damn good. I personally have never
I used to
had
have
a
30 minutes, and that was it back in the day.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I remember working in the .com era, man, and they would have these beer parties all the time and these weird like company things where it was on their time. You weren't getting docked for it. So I kind of get it. I mean, sometimes companies do stuff like this to keep morale up. So he was still working. So technically he had a regular lunch break. Again, I question some of the shit he was eating.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, you can't be eating that every day. Maybe once in a while, but yeah.
You can't go from donuts to sliders to,
burgers.
Whataburger.
You know, I had Whataburger for the first time a few weeks ago.
It's expensive too. If you think about all the every time he goes out, how much money that is to spend on food all the time instead of just meal prep at home, which is cheaper and everything. It's crazy how much money he spends. I personally have never really. Yeah, I've never really done a 9 to 5. I've done it for like a couple of weeks, but then I just never. I quit that job because it was way too much. To be honest, not because like it was too much, but because I was in physical therapy at the same time, so it was like a whole other case. But I used to do I would get up at like 4 a.m. for work multiple times for different jobs, and I wouldn't be done. We'd get in trouble because we would work more than 8 hours a day at work, right. And they'd be like, "No, you guys gotta go home." But yeah, so I've never really done the whole 9 to 5. It was usually more or less.
So what are the negative things they're saying about him?
Well, a lot of people. The biggest one I saw, and this is probably the most insane one out of all of them, and they've been ratioed here. But how is this not slavery?
Huh?
What? Come on now.
But you're getting paid. Do they not understand what slavery is? What the fuck?
Right.
And he's got a house, and the vehicle looks pretty decent. It's some SUV.
And he goes to company picnics. How is this slavery, y'all?
Yeah, he's got a laptop, a nice bathroom.
Nice looking.
Work,
yeah,
nice
even the bathroom's pretty nice. I'm like,
everything was nice, like clean, new, modern, however you want to call it. No, that's not what slavery is.
What do they call slavery? I mean, what is that these days?
It means
you
regular
have to
job.
work,
right?
That's what it means.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it means you get paid to work for somebody else, and then the corporate overlord takes all their money and does all the bad things.
Change society.
Freaking commies.
Listen, I get if that guy is not happy with his job. I get that. Maybe he doesn't feel fulfilled or something like that, right? But I think people seem to miss point that sometimes you just gotta do the job.
That video was taken from somewhere else, so there was no.
Okay.
It was just a day in the life of a middle class man, right?
But also, who's to say that he doesn't like his life, man?
Exactly.
Some people are built for the 9 to 5, man. I'm not, but I've worked many 9 to 5s, many of them. I've worked, swing shift. I've worked graveyard shift. I've worked all kind of shifts. So I mean, I'm not built for it, but some people really are office people. Some people just love going to the office every day. Like they like the routine of it.
Bingo.
And who's to say this guy's unhappy?
And some people dream of a 9 to 5. If you've ever worked retail, a 9 to 5 is retail workers' dream instead of randomly working at one day 6 to this time, or another one the graveyard shift, another one midday, and then you have nothing. You waste the morning, you waste the evening, you just go home. Yeah, a lot of people like that.
Well, I do have actual a photo of the person who said, "How is this not slavery?" This is actually a photo of him right here. So there's that.
Of course.
No, I'm just kidding. That's actually not it.
Probably still does.
The Antifa member over there. But this guy points out, so this dude works 6 hours total, then gets off while it's still sunny out. This isn't selling your soul. This is life on easy.
Great.
Yeah.
Right.
And you can leave all your work problems, right? And then you can go and enjoy the rest of your day. You have your weekends and everything. You can do a hobby. So if you don't feel like your actual job is fulfilling you, you go find some hobby or do something that does fulfill you on your time off. And I feel like people just don't understand that, right? They just be like, I'm miserable at work, therefore I'm unfulfilled. It's like, no, go find something else to do. You should be finding a happy balance,
You know what? But it makes me wonder, what are they teaching these people in college, right? Are they telling them because I don't get it. I was always taught that, hey, you know what? You work hard, and then you play hard, right? It's not everyone's going to have their dream job, right? They're just not. Not everyone's going to be a star. Not everybody's going to be, a millionaire. I don't know what they're teaching them now.
Yeah. Well,
see, one thing I notice about that is people are always complaining about work-life balance. He's getting off at 4. He's got work in the morning, and then has a great time for social life. So he's got a great balance there, and people are complaining. I'm like, oh, he's got what everybody wants. Let's complain about that now.
Of course. And Eric July points out from Ripperverse, obviously, am I tripping, or is this not decent life? Works a desk job from 8 to 4, short commute to work. If you include the company picnic, he basically got a 2-hour lunch / break. What am I missing here? Because I think a lot of this is first world problems, but also goes beyond this. There seems to be a generation of people that began to associate employment with quote fun and fulfillment, expecting jobs to give you the purpose. Unless you're an owner or invest in the company, your job is a means to an end. It's not meant to quote be fun. As a man, ideally, you're providing for yourself and your family, which in itself should give you purpose and fulfillment. It's not the other way around. I don't know what university professors convinced a bunch of people that their job should give them purpose. Even if you're lucky enough to work the job you quote enjoy, there will be mundane, unfun aspects of it. It's a job after all, right? And look, there's things that here at Side Scrollers, we have things that aren't fun to do. We have to do them. It's just part of it, right? We have a fun job, I would say. We get to hang out with you guys on a day-to-day basis, but we're always doing things in the background. But I think what Eric says there is a lot of truth. There's a lot of people. You know what I think really ruined it for a lot of folks is when you look at the tech space and you see there's just snacks everywhere. I think of when I went to the Twitch office in San Francisco. It's not even real life. They have a room that is dedicated for massages there. Yeah, they have a massage therapist on staff. Endless snacks. It's like going to an adult playground on a day-to-day basis.
I worked at Microsoft, and when we would go into our break room, you can open up the cabinets and see all kinds of we've got healthy stuff. Dude, it's full of snacks and, junk food. And
I used to work for Yahoo back in the day when they were a thing. And man, they had a full-on restaurant inside the camp. It was like a campus. It was like Google, basically. And they would have actual chefs come and cook the food for us there. And, you had your break room with video games. And then you had another room full of snacks. Yeah, stuff like that. And sodas and different kinds of coffees. And I think there was an actual Starbucks inside the campus. So that we got all this stuff for free. And I think people got spoiled on stuff like that. Again, I kind of equate it back to the .com era when they kind of started this whole bubble of, hey, go to work and have a good time and ride on scooters inside the office and throw balls at each other and weird shit like that.
Stop throwing them
balls. Those Chuck E. Cheese balls where they would just throw them at each other and
Right. Well, it's such an interesting conversation, right? That's the thing, is different strokes for different folks. And some people really enjoy, as you said, the routine of that every single day, knowing they're going to have an opportunity to work out at this time, knowing that they are going to get off every day at this time. Whereas, oftentimes when you are your own boss, you don't have those luxuries. You can try to schedule your life, but at the end of the day, you're the dude or you're the woman who has to make those decisions, right? And it's.
And like Eric said, that was really important, man. If you're a guy with a family, man, then you are and you have a job like that, you are winning
Yes.
You are winning.
1000%.
A 10-minute commute to your job. If you have a family, that is perfect.
Yep. Family
First
is
of all, I'm sorry. 10-minute commute, you're already winning.
Yeah.
1,000.
You're winning just from that.
Yeah.
Shoot, I don't even have a 10-minute commute to the store.
Yes.
Rod says, as a 7 to 4 worker, seeing his videos shows he's happy and enjoying life his way. Nowadays, people don't want to work and be a dumb influencer. There you go, Rod.
That is true.
A Mercenary says 9 to 5 is amateur hours. Try 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. I'm doing that hours with 2 jobs just to break even with no breaks or vacation and
I feel you, brother, on that. I feel you, man.
Dude, get out of there, man.
Yeah, there are a couple of
I'm
states
trying,
that
dude.
don't
I'm
have
planning my
income
exit
tax.
strategy as we speak.
Just go to Nevada, man. Just go next door. It's
Florida.
way better. Yeah,
No, we don't
Florida.
need any more people in
Yeah,
Florida.
people are
We're
leaving
packed.
Florida.
We're packed. Ooh.
Hey,
I
believe it or
hope
not,
the commies
Vegas
okay.
Vegas is coming up in price too, though. Now, so I mean, it used to be a pretty cool place to live.
Commodore Van says, I'm so sick of these kids who don't want to work. Me, 7:30 a.m. to 4 Monday through Friday for 20 plus years for a nonprofit for seniors. I love it. Dude is a normal man. That's right. That's why I wanted to talk about it. Like that's the essence of a normal man right there. Emperor Creatine says, a reminder that the day in the life of a Twitter employee video that came out a couple years ago, full restaurant with chefs, yoga rooms, meeting pods, red wine on tap, and rooftop gardens.
What work did they actually do? Like,
Exactly.
seriously, what work did they do? Not one bit of work in that entire video. What was your job?
Yes. Kratos says, agree hard with Eric. Find purpose. I spent the first half of my career chasing the job that I enjoyed, so I'd never have to work a day in my life. Now I'm happy doing work to fund my purpose-driven life. That's right. And I think that's very true with men in general, is you need to have some sort of purpose, right? You got to have that purpose. You see that where oftentimes when people reach retirement age, like their life kind of spirals a little bit because they don't have meaning anymore. But you see a lot of people, you look at people who are wildly successful, they never stop working. Like the idea that they can stop working, but they have purpose and they continue to work. They're always building something.
I mean, Warren Buffett is still working.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was like my grandfather. He retired twice, and he probably worked until maybe a year or two before he passed away. And that's just what he always did. And that's
different mindset.
Well, and that's the thing too. Usually, like right after retirement, they don't stay around very long. You know what I mean? It's like I think when a man loses his purpose, he just kind of, passes.
Yeah, he was only off for a year and then went back to work part-time, so he didn't lose the retirement or anything, but he was still working.
Yep. Almost Ward says, this guy's lucky. I'm working 5 a.m. to 3:30 hours here. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Get up, man. Gabriel says, leave my house to go to work at 5 a.m. Don't get back until 6 or 7. These people are weak. There you go, Gabriel.
I remember those days.
Epsilon Thomas says, I let dreams to the sheep. I let dreams to the sheep. As someone who is fully awake to the true reality of the world, the metaphysics of our hyper reality does not want people to just get by. They want swim or sink. Hashtag Montez. All right. Very deep. Thank you for that. And we have this from Spider Bro. Says, want to smell like your favorite Fox woman or want to know how she smells? Right now through Side Scrollers Plus with code FOXWOMAN for 10% off. You can get a Kirsche pineapple soap bundle with her bathwater to save more. Montez. That's not actually true. But
it should be.
Good idea. Just throwing it out there.
You make quite a bit of money.
Listen, I'm sure some people would love
Holy
to.
shit, I got in. Verbal, did you get in?
I'm refreshing right now. It says
you better buy it.
It says
If
I got 2
it,
minutes.
You better buy it, Blabs.
Yeah,
don't
Blabs.
just troll the site. Better buy it.
I'll give you $10.
All right, fine. If you give me $10.
I'll give you 10. Well, I'll give you $8 plus shipping because it's $8. Okay, you buy it. I want to own that.
I'm doing it right now.
Hopefully the soap doesn't melt.
No.
During shipping, if it came to Florida.
You need to check out some of the items have been removed.
Oh,
everything.
Everything.
Will they still give me a certificate? It says for free. Guess I don't get it.
I can't leave Commie, Florida. Ask Gary from Nerdrotics how many years in cash it took to get him out. I can't afford to get out. I'm stuck here for life. You can do it. You can. I know it sounds crazy, but I know you can do it. Commodore fan says, my commute, unless I have to go to the head office for a meeting, is 30 minutes away, which is rare. My rare is all of 5 minutes. Okay, yeah, so you usually spend 5 minutes getting to work. Thank you, Commodore fan. Lucky you, man. That's good stuff. Artemis came in with the $40 direct donation. Thank you, Artemis. That's spectacular. Says, can't watch today. Driving my mother to her medical appointments, then taking her out to eat. Let's go. So here's something.
Go to Chili's.
For the bazongas for the lads. Join Side Scrollers Plus, you freaks. Also, hey, Blabs. Thanks, Artemis.
Hi.
Let's get Artemis some bazongas today, just for fun.
Oh, okay. That was like, I thought that was an emote for a second. I was like, what is that?
No. And Bacon Boy says the conspiracy nut calls it wage slavery and act like it's the worst thing to happen in the world. The worst thing in the world to have is to have a 9-to-5. While I support going for your dreams, there is a practical reality of keeping a roof over your head and food on the table. We're just normal men. That's right. And, you see that a lot where there's a lot of people who have 9-to-5s, but then, they do 5 to 10 with their family, and then they go 10 to 2 for their side hustle or their dream or whatever. It's all about balancing that life right there. So
yeah,
I actually thought you were going to say side chick. I was like, wait, what?
Well, that too, but no, but who's to say that guy, isn't pursuing other things outside of work, right?
100%.
And that just said daily. That's not. He might have other things he does throughout the week that aren't technically daily.
Cold Acid said 90s business magazines like Fast Company have ruined multiple generations of white collar workers. Thank you, Cold Acid.
So I have an
I'm
update.
in.
Oh, yes, Blabs.
Yeah, so they won't give me the soap, but they'll give me the certificate of authenticity for free if I pay $3 for shipping.
Wait, then that's not
Why
really.
would I want a certificate?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all. Then there's.
Are they sending you air? Sydney
They
Sweeney's
just sent
bath
me a
air?
certificate of
That totally-
authenticity.
No, that totally wipes away the idea of an authenticity, like a certificate of
Yeah,
authenticity.
right? Then you just give it to everybody who wanted one?
Right, but pay $3. Here's your certificate. Doesn't make any
What
sense
the
at all.
fuck? I'm not doing that. You can keep your $3, Dr. Squash.
Yeah, reject that. Reject that to half core there, Blabs.
Yeah.
Hypernauts.
Who knows? That might be worth something.
No, it
No,
will
they
not.
can just print it out.
Hypernaut says, I had a 3-hour commute job. I got up at 4 a.m., 7:30, rinse and repeat. It wasn't fun, but it's life. Suffering is part of human experience, and through suffering comes growth. Now I have a work from home job and consider myself blessed. Hypernauts, let's go. Good for you, man. And look, we've all done the jobs we didn't like. We've all been there. It's all part of the process, man. Good for you, Hypernauts. Congratulations. Missing to Jen says, question for the panel. If you could interview a fantasy creature, what would it be? Bigfoot.
Fantasy creature?
Yes, Blabs.
Like interview?
Ooh,
Like-
Harry
like
Potter.
They'll talk back.
Yeah, it'll talk back to you. I know, a house elf. Yeah. Look at Logan. He's actually stumped. He's like, give me some time.
While you guys think about that, I'll let you know. Raptor Kratos came in and says the only soap I would buy if she made one is Jennifer Love Hewitt. She was before Sydney Sweeney, and she will be after to me. There you go, Raptor Kratos. Okay, there's your question for the day, guys. What crush or celebrity would you buy weird bathwater soap from? God, what a weird question. All right, you guys have anything about the fantasy?
What are the stipulations on that? It's like
There's
fantasy as in
none.
like
None. Just whatever you want, Logan.
that turtle
Stop
wearing
being
red
so
right there.
Raphael. All right, sounds good. What about you, Verbal Riot?
I'm stumped because we're talking like can they talk back? Like you said interview, so now I'm confused.
Yes, they can.
A talking dragon.
I just don't have one. Like I just don't think there's
Falcor.
any fantasy creature I want to talk to.
Sounds good. Okay,
I'm probably
there you
more
go.
afraid than anything else.
Wouldn't
right?
you want to interview Gollum?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
It'd be so fun.
Wait, do that again?
Yeah, there it is. Here it comes. Here it comes. Go ahead, Blabs.
My precious, give me the ring. Hi,
Nice.
Why
But wouldn't
does
you be
your-
afraid he would eat you or something? Like I don't know. Gollum's kind of a weird dude.
He's gonna take your finger. Like Frodo.
All right.
That gives me PTSD, that entire scene. Just chomping off his finger. Ah! Anyway.
And our Spire became a brand new Plus
You're not
member.
looking
Thank you
like
so
that.
much. Appreciate that. That is outstanding. Thanks. Appreciate your support. Hopefully use promo code COUCH over there, or Coach, whichever you want. Marmalin came in with the 10 says, hope you have a fantastic week. And thanks, Marmalin. Appreciate that. That is outstanding. We will. Still got a long way to go on the show, though. Let's go move on. And I was thinking about having a weekly segment just called like streamer fails, because there's a lot of people streaming. And I found there's actually a website that's devoted to this. This is where I found this. I thought it'd be a fun little weekly segment to do. We posted on the YouTube channel and stuff, but I figured we'd just kind of test the waters here with this first one. But this may have been the best one that I saw. So I wanted to share this with you guys today. There's a guy named Ray Navarez. He used to go by Brown Man, and he, during 2020, he switched it over to just Ray because, hey, whatever. He used to be a part of Rooster Teeth, left there, and I remember him telling me a story that when he left Rooster Teeth and Achievement Hunter, in his first month streaming, he made more money in his first month than he did his entire year working at Rooster Teeth, which was crazy. But he streams for a living, and there are some pretty good moments that come out of his streams. He's a variety streamer, streams to a pretty vast audience. This was a pretty great moment for him over here. Just pay attention to what's happening. He's playing some sort of Nintendo baseball game, Sluggers or something.
Yeah, you're
I got Shy Guy.
Oh, fuck.
No, my fucking team name is Diddy Survivors, and I think I need to change it. I need.
That's unfortunate.
I can't be Diddy. I can't be Diddy. I can't be Diddy. Hit the back button. I need to be somebody else. Oh,
Oh my God.
Donkey Kong.
That's
Oh no.
an insane name.
That's
oh
crazy.
My God, Mario.
Okay,
Whoa.
Donkey Kong it is.
So there you go.
That name is pretty unfortunate now, Diddy Kong, because now
Need to rebrand.
Canceled.
It's like when I went to Epic Universe, I saw the two wristbands that I wanted. One was Luigi, one was Diddy. I'm like, dang it.
Yeah, don't want to grab that Diddy wristband and be walking around like you've been claimed or something.
Walking around with Diddy.
No thanks.
By the way, I just put a link in the chat just to show you guys exactly what's going to happen with this this soap.
Oh, okay. Here we go. What do we got here? Oh,
Oh no!
there we go. Yep, that's probably
That,
definitely what's
you
gonna
know that's coming.
happen. They're gonna Ralphie the soap. That's good. Well, I think I may bring back. Maybe we'll just keep the streamer fails in the background, or like funny streamer moments, and just do because there's a lot of funny things that happen on a week-to-week basis, and maybe we'll just keep that around in the background. So, all right, saw this here on D-Day. Kind of interesting drop here that just kind of happened. Did you guys know that there was a Duke Nukem game that was being developed for the PlayStation 2 called Duke Nukem D-Day? It's a long time ago. Logan, did you ever hear about this game? Logan,
Oh,
Logan,
there?
Logan, you ever heard about that game?
what? I don't even know what anybody said. I just heard "Bark," and then you froze out.
Oh, okay. It must have been on all right there. Verbal Right, are you you ever played any Duke Nukem games?
Yeah, like back in the day, I didn't play any of the recent ones though, or the more recent ones.
So
I think my first one was Duke Nukem 64.
okay.
Yeah, that's one I played.
So this was Duke Nukem D-Day. It was a canceled Duke Nukem game for the PlayStation 2, developed by InSpace, which involved traveling back in time to World War II. This is the prototype. So there's a full prototype as well as some gameplay here. It's a third-person Duke Nukem game. Traveled back to World War II, which sounds really funny. You guys want to see a little bit of gameplay for it?
Yes.
Sure.
Nice. Here we go. You can kind of see it here. A little bit of gameplay from Duke Nukem D-Day. And by the way, look at how amazing this game starts. No audio. By the way, what do you think of that loading screen, Blabs?
Listen, it does its job.
It's true.
It does the job. You know how some loading screens are absolutely boring to look at? It feels like you're taking eternity. I'm sure the guys love this one.
Like, where do you start, Blabs?
A strip club.
In the club, that's right. Has that bouncy third-person jump, where you jump 15 feet in the air.
Yep.
Like, So if this game was canceled, how did this make its way to the internet? Somebody just leaked it out, I guess.
Oh, this happens all the time. This happens all the
Yeah,
time.
but I'm surprised it wasn't removed, to be honest.
I don't. Maybe somebody who was working on it had a disc.
Them old good old-fashioned CDs.
Yeah. Well, you're 100% right. Put it on a CD and ported it over. You know, this doesn't look like it's spectacular by any means, but it has some Duke Nukem-isms. Oh, look at that! It has the
Max Payne-ish.
He's got the dolphin dive.
Yes, the Max Payne dolphin dive. You are correct here. And he's fighting the aliens here. Like, this doesn't look very World War II-ish, but you know,
New timeline.
Well, it depends. There's stories.
Am I wrong to think that there's an audience for this type of stuff? Like, so you can go in and like all these classic old games. Now, look, you're dealing with licenses and things that are, you know, like Duke Nukem is kind of a dead brand at this point. But definitely
Duke Nukem forever. You got to throw a turd.
That's true. You did. Yes. But I feel like if they were to take this has been dumped online. You can play it. You can see it right there. Pretty cool. From Rockstar. Look at that. Why is it Rockstar? I guess they're the publisher. Okay. But I feel like people, if you were to release that, if they were just to release even the demo, people would pay, I don't know, a couple bucks for it. You know,
I would.
$1.99, $4.99, just to pay a little bit of history. I think that'd be a nice little thing. So,
in fact, do a limited release if we learned anything from the soap situation.
That's right. Only 5,000 right here. So, yeah. So apparently it is. So it was asked if it was playable from beginning to end, and the prototype like just leaked. So it's a brand new thing just getting out there. So, you know, pretty neat stuff. The fact that these things are just kind of popping up out of nowhere. You know, I don't think it necessarily looked finished by any stretch of the imagination. No music, but
doesn't even look PS2-ish. It looks like that PS 1.5 or like launch day.
Yeah,
right.
PS2,
so,
yeah. But I play it.
Is there a franchise from that era? Let's say the late '90s, early 2000s that's kind of gone now. That you'd love to see revitalized. Maybe not
Parasite
necessarily.
Eve.
Oh, there it is, right there, right at the bat.
I've been wanting that for years.
He was just waiting for me to finish my question. He goes, Parasite Eve.
Yes.
What about you, Verbal, right?
From that era?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I was see, I'm a big fighting game guy. Like that's my thing.
Oh, yeah.
And so for me, it's like, you know, maybe Street Fighter Alpha, like just like from that era of Street Fighter, I wouldn't mind.
Bring back an Alpha 4, huh?
Alpha 4, yeah. Like just bring back like that style and, you know, none of the new mechanics, just the old mechanics. Yeah.
What about Third Strike? Were you a fan of Third Strike?
You know what? It grew on me. At very first, no. And then I just kept playing it and I really kind of got into it. But it took a while, man, because I was like, it's so different than Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
I love
like just the mechanics were different.
Yeah, Third Strike was spectacular. Oh my gosh, so good. Well, yeah. What about you guys? Is there a
Uh-oh.
Told you. That's what I heard.
They got him.
Is there a franchise that you guys would like to see return from that era? Let us know in the comments.
You know, I'm gonna say no in general because they can't handle it anymore. They can't handle the cool shit that we had back in the day.
That is
Even
true.
if it's remastered, they're gonna change some little thing about it. So you know what? I would
Bray
let
would
it
look like a
leave
dude.
it. I would leave it. There's always emulation of old games that you can play. I don't want anything to be brought back. I don't want anything remastered. Just leave it alone.
Yeah, look at the new Perfect Dark, and we're probably going to see how awful that is on the 8th.
What I wouldn't bring back is the 3D era for Mortal Kombat.
You know,
I like Deadly Alliance.
You know what? Those games had their charm, right? Deception, all those games, but the mechanics were pretty bad, dude.
Well, 4 was
like
fantastic.
Mortal Kombat wasn't meant to be 3D.
I don't disagree with you, although I do like 4 because I have nostalgia for it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna throw you over there.
Yeah. It was like it wasn't a good.
Oh, it was
game
so
by any
janky
means.
though.
Yeah.
It was so
great.
janky.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It was just one of those games that it wasn't good, but it was enjoyable, so.
Well, and it was also kind of like the start of like, these new characters like Quan Chi, like that was his first appearance. And
yeah, for sure.
Shinnok.
Yep.
Blabs, what are you sharing here, Blabs?
Well, since we were talking about the old games and everything, this literally just popped up right now. Get out of here, StreamYards. All right. Mass Effect live action series is moving forward at Amazon.
Oh, no.
Oh, look at Logan.
Please don't ruin my favorite game franchise of all time. Please don't do it.
Don't start flipping tables. Don't
touch
mess with
Commander
me.
Shepard, please.
No.
Doug Jung will serve as the showrunner.
If these studios were smart, Mass Effect could have literally been the next Star Wars. It could have been the next huge sci-fi franchise. But I don't trust anybody anymore.
Facts.
Well, I'm sorry to hear for your loss in advance, guys. It's rough.
You saw what they did with Halo?
Yeah.
Oh, God, don't get me started on that.
I mean, it's all the same, really. If you think of Amazon, Rings of Power, Wheel of Time was all Amazon, right?
Well, Fallout was okay.
Fallout was pretty good, actually.
Yeah, but like a lot of the big
hate
Fallout fanboys criticize that it kind of breaks the lore. Like, it's an okay show, but I hear like it does contradict a lot.
Most TV shows break lores of the source material, so
I'm not for that.
They're really going to be pissed in the next season because next season is New Vegas, and New Vegas is beloved among Fallout fans. So,
GG's.
Sparky came in and says, not the first critique of 9 to 5. The Matrix, Day of Rage, and Fight Club did that already. These people have been drinking too much social media glamour juice, and I would only buy Kirsche soap. There you go, Sparky. See, I knew somebody would. Shady Duck says Parasite Eve is supposed to be coming back, but Command and Conquer for me. There you go. Final Fantasy Tactics is coming back now also.
Yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics. I'm looking forward to that one.
Commodore fan says, check out LGR, aka Lazy Game Reviews. He's a massive Duke Nukem fan and has a large audience for old games and computers. Y'all need him on the show. Yeah, we'd love to have him on the show.
Something I always miss about E3 was going down the retro gaming aisle where they had like all the gaming systems like throughout time, like from the beginning to the PS5 and just the evolution of gaming systems. Some of that old tech, man, I wouldn't mind owning.
It's good stuff. Good stuff, man. It's fun to have that stuff for sure. A Mercenary says, along as we don't get another
third birthday was terrible.
There you go. And Edwin came and says, hope Nintendo sues Diddy for ruining the name Diddy.
Right?
And Robo, I do not need Jake Gyllenhaal soap. Stop it. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's posting Jake in the Plus chat. It's pretty funny.
Ew.
No. Jake Gyllenhaal? Let's not talk about Jake Gyllenhaal and his amazing abs. It's ridiculous. Give it up for Ian, who came in. What? I'm sorry. What's that, Blabs?
Anyway, woo, Ian.
Let's go, Ian, with the 10 gifted memberships. Let's go. Thank you very much. Genuinely appreciate that. That is spectacular.
Hang on.
Oh, where's Kirsche? There you go. Ian, thank you very much for that, man. Appreciate that greatly. Wonderful.
Would the soap be digital?
Digital soap? Maybe that. Do
we even know what she really looks like?
Kirsche? Yeah, she looks like a fox lady. It's crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It's everything you need to know. She's great. All right. Hey, this is funny. This is so freaking funny. I'm just going to read the headline for you guys, and then we'll talk about it. Marvel fans erupt after new Black Panther is revealed as white.
Wait. Oh yeah.
Logan, you're giggling about this. What are you giggling about?
Because I've been following this and watching it on like Clownfish and all kinds of other stuff, and this is just hilarious. It's just how the turntables,
how the turntables or the tables.
I did a video on this, man. You guys don't even understand the implications of this. This is crazy, right? Okay. So what they're saying is the King of Africa, right? T'Challa, the King of Africa, years ago knocked up some snow bunny, right? Left her with a kid, right? So he's a black deadbeat dad, right? Forgot about this kid. Went back to fucking Africa, right? All of a sudden, his mixed child with blonde hair and blue eyes dethrones him, and now the white boy with blonde hair and blue eyes is the king of Africa. What the fuck are we doing here? I'm sorry. What are we doing?
That's one of the first things I thought of, and I was like, I ain't saying it.
Damn.
Wow.
Oh no, I went in. I'm like, this is craziness, man. Like, I'm looking at it, and I posted that video of Cat Williams when he said, you know, whose goddamn white baby is this? You know, like, because that's what this. It's the meme. It's the meme. It's the Ryan Gosling meme.
Yes.
Yep. That's kind of where.
And you know what? Everybody's going to buy this book. Marvel hasn't sold crap in years. People are going to buy this for the meme value alone.
This is the king of Africa right here.
I love it. It's freaking hilarious. I saw this
I have
thing.
a cousin
actually,
that looks like that.
somebody said it on Plus really well. They sent me this link. I don't even know who it was, but they were like, just hear me out. What if we had a Black Panther and a white Snape? Why can't we have that? And I was like, yes, why can't we have that?
Can't do that. It's 2025. Nah.
No, we can't have nice things.
Look, just to be consistent, which you know we always are. Obviously, this is stupid, right? Like I think we all understand this is,
but
really
it's hilarious.
Dumb. Yes, exactly, and all the right people are upset about this.
Correct.
The people who are championing, the swapping of other things, like the hooray representation. It's like, yo,
I heard Blue Sky's having a meltdown.
Oh man.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
I'm positive they are. So yeah, this is one of those things where it's labeled a controversial new storyline, which I would say is fairly controversial.
Oh, and by the way, this is canon. This isn't like some what if story or Elseworlds. This is canon.
Wait, Marvel Knights.
Who wrote it? Like, do we know the author?
Something Priest.
Oh, yes.
Something Priest, Chris Priest, or I can't remember his name.
What ethnicity are they?
He's black.
That's fucking hilarious. Wow.
Like I said, I watched it on Clownfish. I think it was yesterday, and like Neon was having it over this. It was hilarious.
Spectacular.
Yeah.
Blab, see if you can pull up some Blue Sky reactions
I'm
to
gonna
this.
try. I don't have Blue Sky though.
Yeah, you can do a little bit of search in there. But what if in the new movie that's coming out, the new Black Panther movie, because they are making a third one. We saw rumors of this. Did you guys see this? That they're making a third one with Denzel Washington?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Well, supposedly.
Right. That's the rumor, right? But what if Ryan Gosling shows up? Like,
sounds good to me.
At the end or something.
You know
like
what,
that.
though? At this point with the MCU, why not? They have nothing to lose at this point.
You have Ryan Gosling as Black Panther versus Riri Williams. Sure, why not?
Let's do it. Because why not?
You know what? I would tune into that one.
The MCU's already in the shitter. Why not? Just go wacky with it.
And then have it implode at the last Avengers movie and then reboot everything and make it an actual good franchise.
The first thing I found on Blue Sky is a furry named Finn the Panther.
Oh, Jesus.
Shocker.
So I'm having a bit of difficulty finding stuff.
You're wading through all of the messes of
Blabs,
Pedo Sky.
Blabs, you are navigating some shady waters, man. Be careful.
And the problem is because I don't have a Blue Sky, so a lot of this stuff is like locked out, and it keeps.
I think it's funny how many people left to Blue Sky and then came back because even their far left selves couldn't even handle it. Mark,
you know what Blue Sky proved? It proved like maybe you're not as liberal as you think you are. Right?
Maybe not. That's hilarious, man. I mean, we see all sorts of reactions. Both, I would say, a lot of people laughing at this. We got this guy over here saying, "Ain't no way, ain't no effing way." They did the meme. We got white Black Panther before GTA 6.
Oh, God.
Which is funny. Andrew over here saying white boy summer in full swing.
Wow.
Okay, there you go.
See, there's no such thing because we don't go out in the sun.
we get burnt there, Andrew.
Yes, we turn into lobsters.
I mean, like I said, this is one of those things that you just have to laugh at, right?
White boy winner. Sorry.
Oh yes, there you go.
Frick, man.
Jesus. The reaction to this has been exactly what they expect to do, but surely everyone's going to buy this, right? Do you think this is actually going to hold, or will this last like three 3 books and then he'll be killed off or something.
Or they're going to make him a bad guy. So he beats T'Challa, takes over Wakanda, and then he turns into like an evil dictator. And then it's like, make Wakanda great again or something like that. And then they're going to have T'Challa come back and then overthrow him.
Laga.
And then have the thing that says change, you know?
Oh, man.
No.
That's really funny. What if they actually put like
I put money on that.
That
he's going to be a bad guy.
He'll be a representation of Trump or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's become so bad. I even saw like a meme of it on Facebook, and it was like Marvel rumors, Marvel news, or whatever it was, and it's like Ryan Gosling for new Black Panther. And I'm like, you guys can't be serious. You actually think that they'll do that? I don't know. I don't think they'd ever do that.
I think the chat likes to make Wakanda great again.
Yeah. Wakanda forever.
Oh, Lord. As pointed out by Critical Drinker, he says, oh, so now it's a problem? You know, whenever they do the swapping here. So the whole thing is just such a silly conversation. And
it's hilarious.
Wow.
You know what? I can't believe they approved it, is the thing.
Right. I think that's the bigger thing here.
That they went, sure, Marvel's in the gutter. No one's buying books. Maybe they'll buy this.
Like I can see someone writing it, but getting approved is a whole nother level, right?
We literally have a Black Snape. Nothing surprises me anymore this year.
Well, Marvel's bringing back people like Claremont and stuff, so.
Well,
think about this. I'm hearing that they're bringing a lot of old heads back and trying to literally bring back, the heyday.
I would love the idea of some comic book writer. Let's just call him Logan, walking in, and he's like, "So I got this idea. We're gonna make Black Panther white," and then sure enough, some white live lady comes up. She's like, "No, what are you doing? You can't do that."
See, I can see this happening. I can see this happening back in the 80s, right? When everybody was doing copious amounts of cocaine, right? It's like, hey, I have this idea. Let's make the Black Panther white, right? And everyone's all cloaked up and like, yeah, let's do it. I don't know.
Back then, people's minds would be blown.
Yeah.
Now it's just a joke.
Maybe
I see what you did there.
the white cocaine was a metaphor for white Black Panther. I'm just saying.
That's a theory.
And with that, Pyro Rompa says Disney could do the funniest thing. I'll wait bated breath. I'll wait with bated breath what they could do with Tarzan.
Oh, they would never do that.
I double dog dare them to do a black Tarzan. A black dude raised by apes. Do it, Disney. Do it, you fucking cowards.
Never thought of that one?
You
He
cowards.
said it.
Make it happen.
Wow. Trillist. Thank you very much for that. Edwin says, I hope White Panther gets sold out. Okay.
Oh, it probably will.
Oh, yeah.
I have something to talk about for Tarzan for 2 seconds, though. Have you guys ever noticed this? This is always weird. That Tarzan swings with his ass cheeks. Right? If he's holding on to Jane, how is he holding on to the vine? It's his ass cheeks. Anyway, I'm not wrong.
That's pretty impressive. You just changed our world, Blabs.
Yeah. Hey, man. It's pretty strong glutes right there.
I mean,
verbal.
Yep. Good for him.
Yeah, impressive.
I wish my glutes were that strong.
Damn.
What would you pick up with them if they were that strong?
All of it. Pick up everything.
He just goes around, I'm not using my hands anymore. Just squats, pick stuff up. I've got to sweep the kitchen. And then you just
uses the broom.
Now I have to mop. Oh no, wrong hole.
Oh my, you got Blabs rolling over here. My God.
Because she's picturing it, which makes it even better.
Yes, yeah.
Hi.
All right. Wow.
It's fine.
You can get a lot done, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can.
You'd be a TikTok star. I'll tell you that much. TikTok star.
You'd be more than a TikTok star.
Yeah, that's true.
OnlyFans star.
That's what he was referencing, Blabs. Yes, that's true. Aiden says, here's another news, Craig. Pete DeBoer is officially fired as the head coach of the Dallas Stars. My patience with him ran out, and it's for the best of the club. Farewell to him. Pete DeBoer, he was the head coach of the Dallas Stars.
Use promo code COUCH.
What are the Dallas Stars?
You need to stop talking, Logan. You need to stop right now.
No, I have no clue. All honesty.
The Dallas Stars are a professional hockey league.
Oh, hockey. Pfft, nobody cares about hockey in Florida. Oh, except the fact that we're Panthers.
That's true. You are Panthers. That's right.
Yeah,
White Panthers?
we're doing. Wow. Hello.
Logical question based off the conversation there.
Yeah,
Well, the
man.
entire team. Have you looked at the team?
No, I
Okay.
know nothing about them.
That's right.
I don't really follow hockey, so it's.
He's
it's
like, I don't know
boring.
either.
All right, guys, do us a favor as I try to transition away from that. Hit the thumbs up button. We'd really appreciate that if you guys are enjoying the presentation today. It's chaos as always. Speaking of chaos, Ian came in with a 50. He said, we need Disney to release an anatomically correct Tarzan can crusher.
Yeah.
Let's go. Like
So
the way you're
what would you
thinking,
call
Ian.
it? Grabber glutes?
I mean,
Now
that's a
we're-
good name.
It works.
Not bad. That's right. Let's see.
I feel like
now I'm
Buns of
thinking-
Steel's already been taken, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Badunka butts. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud.
Thumbs up for bums up.
There we go. Thank you, Ian, for that wonderful support, including the gifted memberships today. That is spectacular. Rio Blake says Christopher Priest is the writer who made Black Panther cool before the Disney takeover. He also got a doctorate in African geopolitics. He knows more about Africa than the writers after him. I believe in Priest. There you go, Rio. Thank you for the heads up.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I got
Say
it.
his name. Say his name.
And he will appear.
No,
When-
no, we
when-
didn't.
when-
Okay.
You know what? Wouldn't that be awesome if we just had Joe Hendry like
Boom, and he jumps in.
yeah, just bam, right
That'd
there.
be great.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Greatest
All right.
episode of Side Scrolls of all time.
It would be. Let's talk about the Switch 2 and the response to this. Now, Logan, you have a Switch 2. You have a video up on your channel where
Yep.
you kind of do an unboxing and you talk about it a little bit. Why don't you just give us a brief overview? And I encourage you guys to go check out Red Bandana Gaming, link down below.
Yeah, I'm almost
So-
at 15K. Let's get me to 15K.
Let's go. Let's get into 15K. So you did an unboxing here of it.
Yeah,
pulled
this
it
was
out,
done
got it
at like
ready to go.
almost 2 something in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the best quality video because I was exhausted. But this thing, I know this is going to be a controversial statement, so I'll start out with this. It feels like it could cost more.
Okay. That was the
So-
big thing. Yeah.
And what was great is I wasn't the only one who said that. I saw a couple of other channels who said the same thing. RGT said something similar, and Beat 'em Ups said almost the same exact thing. I'm like, okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks this. I think Marquise Brownlee did, and people have been really positive on this, except for internet PC fanboys mainly, and people who couldn't get it. I actually posted on X, I was like, the only people that seem to be mad about the Switch are PC fanboys who hate you if you think differently anyway. Shocker, sounds familiar. And people who didn't get one. And then why in the world are people chastising others for spending money the way they want to?
Right.
And then there are also people that are, I guess you would say, in this sphere that we're in, that are just straight up lying about the Switch, saying, "Oh, all their games are $90." I'm like, have you not even Googled it, dude? Have you not been following? I mean, the average Switch 2 game is anywhere from $40 to $60, with a few outliers.
Well, obviously the big one is Mario Kart World, which is 80, right? And
But there's so many copies of it with the console. Is it really an $80 game and not a $50 game?
well, so and going back to that, well, I mean, yes, it is an $80 game because it's listed at $80, and a lot of people will not get the bundle. But yes, I understand what you're saying. But yes,
they made more bundles than non-bundles.
but it is listed at $80. The point
True.
is that it is listed there, right? So regardless of, well, you can buy it with the bundle, right? That's like saying, well, Mario World was free because it was bundled with the
Same
Super
thing with Wii
Nintendo,
Sports.
right? Yeah,
That's
right,
why
right.
it became the number one selling game. But yeah,
Right. So okay, but your first thoughts, you enjoyed. Have you played Mario Kart World and all that?
I downloaded. I've mainly been making content off of it the last couple of days, just recording unboxings and controller reviews and all kinds of other stuff like that. But last night I sat there and finally got to boot up some old games and played some new ones, and I was like, "This is much better."
Well, it
Is
should
it-
be.
Yeah, I mean, it really is more like a Switch Pro than a Switch 2, because if you're used to that operating system of the Switch 1. They just took it, cleaned it up, and sped everything up. But performance-wise, yeah, it's a game changer over the Switch 1. Like, big game changer.
Have you used the mouse feature at all?
No, I don't have any games that use it.
Right. Okay. I know that was like a big selling point. Like, oh, they use the mouse, and I think that's just going to be
it's a gimmick.
Yeah, it's a gimmick that's going to be rejected and forgotten about in a week.
Hey, it's cool that you got it, but I ain't going to use it
unless they do a Mario Paint. Like, if they do a Mario Paint, then people will use it. And I think they certainly should do a Mario Paint. I think it'd be really good.
Yeah, but then you have a touch screen. So why would you need the mouse if you have a touch screen unless it's nostalgia?
To stream it? I don't know, stream the experience. You get out your mouse pad and do it that way.
I'd still buy it.
This has been I saw this tweet and I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting. I've not played Mario Kart, but it looks fun, but it actually does look the exact same. This is, yo, they cooked, and you can see the gameplay here. But the quote tweet is what's interesting about this, right? Is they said, yo, they cooked, and it looks exactly the same as the last Mario Kart game, right?
It doesn't, and don't take my word for it. Digital Foundry, okay. So, but most people also didn't realize that this game was originally built for Switch 1 and then upgraded for Switch 2 and brought over once they realized all the limitations that the first system could not handle it. But it was originally built for the Switch 1. So, and it's a launch title. Come on, people. Like, look at PS5 launch titles.
I would like to point out, and I think it is worth noticing, worth talking about, in your video, directly behind you, is about 7,000 Switch games.
No, I actually have the count now, I think, is 857.
You have 857 Switch games?
Physical Switch games.
Have you played them all?
Come on.
I don't know.
No. I actually did a video on it, and then I was talking about game preservation and investing, and PC fanboys, especially the ones that like to pirate everything, attacked me like there was no tomorrow.
Why?
So,
it's just game preservation. What's wrong with that?
They think downloading it and having it digitally and stealing it is game preservation, but actually having a collection is not. Alex, you guys remember Alex, of course. He did a reaction to it as well, and his chat was hilarious because they all think pirating is the way to go, and I'm stupid for investing in games, and I should invest in the stock market and all this. And I'm like, have you guys don't know a dang thing about me? You don't know what my other job is. You don't know what investments I have. You don't know what properties I own. You don't know anything.
Don't take it personal. Don't take
and
it personal.
And it's hilarious. No, I wasn't. It was hilarious. And I'm like, this is why I don't put my personal information out there, because I just sit back and watch people go, and I'm just laugh my ass off.
What did Alex say on that, though? I can't imagine he would, like, roast you for that.
No, he didn't. He's like, I actually know this guy. He doesn't agree with a lot of things I say about it, but that's completely fine because he keeps it, real. But no, he was combating his own audience about it just because he knows me personally.
So, Verbal Riot, what are your thoughts on this on the Switch 2? Have you had a chance to get your hands on it yet, or play, or have you been watching from afar?
Yeah, I've been watching it from afar. Like, I know, I've been keeping up with Yellow Flash, and I know he was kind of jazzed up because he got his, his, and I think Steph from My Nerdy Home got hers, and I'm not a big Nintendo guy is my thing. I'm more of a, because like I said, I play a lot of fighting games, so for me, like, Nintendo's not really geared for fighting games so much. But I do like some of their games, right? And I was a little weird, not weird. I wasn't sold on the price tag of it, right? But I think when I think about, okay, it is new tech. It can do a lot of things that any other console can do, and every other console is $500. So, why wouldn't the Switch be as well? I would never stand in line for it, but I might be tempted to buy it maybe later on.
I think a lot of people are kind of playing the wait and see game with the Switch.
How many games are there going to be for it? Like, are they going to? Because Nintendo's known for that, man. Like, they'll put out a system, put out like a couple of games, then all of a sudden they're you can't play them anymore because the new system is out, right?
Well, this one's completely backwards compatible. So,
is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. It's good. When you do,
there's
pick
only
it
like
up,
3 games that aren't.
When you do pick it up, though, you will be able to use the text-to-speech feature. Now, I don't know if you saw this or not, but the text-to-speech feature actually does not censor words in it, which is very interesting. You can kind of see, see how that. I don't know if that's going to go over very well, or if that'll be edited out. But you can kind of see what's going on there. Just a nice little note there for Nintendo.
Oh, there's no way they're keeping that.
Yeah, for sure. That'll be.
You'll end up getting the little stars or dashes or something.
That's right. It'll be interesting to see what words will be used, and I'm sure somebody will take screenshots of that and tag me in it very, very soon.
But you said there's only 3 games that are released for it right now?
No, there's only 3 games for the original Switch that aren't backwards compatible.
Oh,
because they use specific accessories.
Okay.
Like the Labo.
The Labo, rest in peace. What a gimmick. Now, did you receive, or did you guys recall? Did you receive or recall? I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Did you guys see that Nintendo was really touting the idea that the Switch 2, hey man, we're going to put some serious protections against hackers in this thing. Did you guys see this? They said, this is from the beacon of video game journalism, The Gamer. Says, don't expect the Switch 2 to get cracked anytime soon, as Nintendo reportedly has some serious protection against hackers. They said some hackers have allegedly got their hands on a console already and found that it bricks when tampered with here. And Nintendo said this a few months ago, and we talked about it then. Fast forward to launch day yesterday, and they've already worked on finding the exploit running here. I don't really know exactly what this means, but it took about 12 hours for them to really dig in and get this to a point to where it's going to be hacked here very
of course
soon.
It's from Blue Sky.
Oh, this is from Blue Sky, yes.
Of course. Shocker.
So it says this exploit does not allow you to hack the console at the moment, but simply to send code that has no connection with the system. Display text, video you've seen, but it's the first step. Now we need a kernel exploit good enough to break the trust zone. All that is gibberish to me. I don't have no idea what I just read, but I do know that they're well on their way. And coming very, very soon, we will have pretty much all the Switch games on PC before we even had a chance to buy them. So there's that. Also, did you guys see StapleGate yesterday?
Oh,
with the GameStop. Did you hear about this verbal riot?
No,
we actually talked about that last night on my podcast, and that was that hurt my heart looking at it.
So multiple customers bought from a GameStop in New York, and they stapled into the box, which ultimately led into the screen. So they had holes in their screen.
Why didn't they just use that same red label to stick it on there?
Stop with your
Don't be
basic
so logical.
Just use the red sticker at the top, and then that's it. That's it. You don't put any.
Now you can see this one viral here, and obviously they're going to get taken care of here because GameStop came in and says we've addressed the unique case of staples damaging Switch 2 screens isolated to one store. Replacements have been offered. Staplers have been compensated. This is obviously from the greatness of what movie is this? I'm sorry, Office Space.
Office Space.
Oh, there it is. What? Here, let me just go ahead and get that from you. Great.
Pretty brilliant response there. Really, yeah.
That is pretty good.
So really smart of them after that kind of popped off.
Wow,
going
that
back,
is.
Yeah.
But can you imagine, like, you waited all this time to get it, and you finally get it, and then you got to wait again because of a screw up?
Right. Well, they're certainly going to get the first ones. Yeah, they'll get the first ones off the dock for sure. Coming off the truck, definitely. And GameStop will make it right. I mean, especially when something so viral happens, they're going to do their best to make it right.
Well, for $500, they better make it right, man.
Yeah, and they'll get some sort of gift card and some swag or something. And
I wonder if they're going to keep the old one. If they're going to allow them to keep the damaged one.
I would. If I was GameStop, yeah, because no. It depends on how deep the screen, if the screen can be replaced or not.
Well, but even if they give it to them and they can take it back, they can send it back to Nintendo as defective or damaged and get their money back.
Refurbished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll probably take it back. They'll probably be part of the transaction. Now, Logan, when
otherwise you could just keep it yourself and replace the screen, and then you got 2 of them, right?
Yep. This is that's exactly what would happen right there. And and it's still apparently it still worked. Like everything it didn't have tremendous bleed or anything like you see when you crack a screen. It looked pretty good apparently, but point is you shouldn't get Switch 2s with holes in them. Now, Logan, when you do boot up Mario Kart World and you think you're feeling really good about things, you're dragging around the corners, you're feeling like a Mario Kart expert. I just want to let you know that even when you think you are a Mario Kart god, and this is true for any video game, just know there will always be somebody out there to make you feel like a dum-dum.
Yeah, I saw you post that.
This is where we're at already with video games, with this game where people are drifting through levels in Mario Kart 8 or Mario Kart World over here, setting records, going off and finding all sorts of shortcuts and speed boost and jumping off palm trees, if you will.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this is stupid. And
you know what? I think it's just to have fun with my friends. I don't give a crap about any of this.
Listen, I think you're going to see some spectacular speed runs that come out of this.
Probably.
Really, really good stuff. Just coming around those corners there. So, do you guys ever? I know Mario Kart 8 Deluxe had 200cc. What level do you guys play on? 150cc, 100cc, 200cc? What do you guys usually play on when you guys play Mario Kart?
Depends on who I'm playing. If I'm playing with friends, we usually do the 200. So I've gotten used to playing 200, but it depends. If I'm trying to get all the trophies, I'll just run through it all, but usually 200. Are you a seasoned vet, Verbal Riot, when it comes to Mario Kart? You feel pretty good about yourself?
Dude, I haven't played Mario Kart since the 64.
Let's go.
Oh, hello.
So, yeah,
Hey,
it's been a while. But, it's wild to me that this franchise is going on for so long. Not Mario, but just Mario Kart. Like, and it's still as big as it was when it first came out.
Yeah. I've said that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe may be the greatest pure video game of all time, right? Just as far as it was over a decade old, it went over 2 consoles. It was supported from beginning all the way to the end. Started as Mario Kart 8, then became Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The premise of Mario Kart 8 may be the purest video game ever, and it sold bukus and bukus. It's crazy. Well, Verbal, maybe you should pick up Mario Kart World because
now I'm kind of like, maybe I should have bought a Switch.
Maybe. Well, maybe you should just quit everything that you do and dive fully into Mario Kart World, because Nintendo announced this morning the Mario Kart World Invitational 2025 tournament taking place at Nintendo Live 2025 Tokyo, October 4th and 5th. So esports returning in a big way for Mario Kart World. Wow, look at that right there.
That's
just the
actually
fact
really cool.
that Mario Kart is in esports is crazy.
I love that idea. I
It's
love it.
Wild.
It's freaking fantastic.
Yes, like the fact that I don't think there's ever been a Mario Kart tournament like this before. And I mean, has there ever been like a big Nintendo sponsored Mario Kart?
I don't think so.
Like this?
Remember the ones in the 90s for Super Nintendo? And they would do that back then. I remember they did the ones that had Donkey Kong Country and other stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I remember them doing Mario Kart back then, but I don't remember them ever doing something on this scale.
Yeah, not at all.
Well, I'm pretty excited to watch this because I hope that they keep all the items on. It's not like one of those things where it's Fox on Final Destination and it takes all the fun out of the game, right? I love the craziness of Mario Kart. That's what makes it Mario Kart to me. Is not the competitive. Yes, you can be going around curves, but the fact that somebody may drop a banana peel, or you may be in last place and you get a bullet bill to shoot you up, or you shoot off a blue shell. Like, there's interesting strategies even with all that. Maybe you don't want to be in first place. You want to be in second place till that guy gets hit with a blue shell. So there's the rubber banding aspect of Mario Kart is what I truly love about it, that you're never truly out unless you're really, really bad.
No, I agree with that. I think they should just keep all that stuff in there.
Yeah.
It's not Mario Kart without it. That's my opinion. Mario Kart is the items as well. It's racing with all the insanity. It's fun.
Yeah, because otherwise you're just playing Gran Turismo.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Like, what's
you know
the
what I mean?
point?
Otherwise, I mean, if you don't have all the bells and whistles, then you're just playing another racing game.
The worst thing about this, though, is that you're not going to get the best players competing in this.
Oh, but that's even better.
Well,
I see your point on that one. Yeah.
What you mean by this is that the invitational doesn't mean, when it's an invitational, it means you're going to get streamers and YouTubers, right? Because they have because people are going to want to watch them play, as opposed to trying to find truly the best Mario Kart nerd out there, right? They're not going to take like the top guy from the leaderboard, because whatever the leaderboard may be, they're not going to take that guy and bring him in because he's going to make all the influencers look stupid, right? And this is ultimately a marketing thing. They don't really care who wins. They want to get the most eyeballs on their product. So yes, it'll be a very, very succinct invitational. The last time they did something like this, I believe, was the Nintendo World Championships in 2015 or 16, whatever that was, and they brought it back. Yeah. And if I recall correctly, they had a very family-friendly list of competitors there, including Gerard the Completionist. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I didn't know anybody on that list.
Yeah, it was rough to see. A lot of friends there. All right. Game Hunter Serious says, I don't really see a problem with the 9 to 5. I'm working 9 to 6 job. I used to work 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. for a low entry state or federal job. Also worked fast food and got along with my regional manager years ago. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with the 9 to 5 at all. John asks a very important question. Says, how many people do you think are going to drink the Sydney Sweeney bathwater like Homelander with the breast milk?
Oh, no.
Thanks for ruining the show, John. Appreciate that. That's wonderful. It's good. Hyperdot says Mario Kart or Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Which one would you choose? That's gonna be a good one. That does look pretty awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Crossworlds looks crazy. I guess that's the best way to describe it. I haven't played either yet. But Crossworlds looks really, really fun. So I can't pick right there.
If it's anything like the Racing Transformed from 2 gens ago, it's going to be fantastic. I hope it plays like that.
Mercenary says backwards compatibility is only emulation on Switch 2. This is true. Winston says, I support the right to have physical media. I also think that piracy is based as fuck. I fully support piracy and pirate politics. F copyright. Here we go. Suffer So Proud came in and says Blabs is hot for Tarzan's utility butt.
It's a weird statement to say.
Not wrong. Mark of Reality says, hear me out. If Tarzan is swinging by his glutes, does he use the same vibe more than once?
Ew, Vine, I think he means. That's a great question, though. If Tarzan is swinging by his glutes, does he use the same vine more than once, or does he go back and wipe them all clean after use? That's a great question, because then you're getting everything dirty.
You're thinking too much.
Too hard.
Yeah.
Way too hard.
Too hard.
Like we just learned.
That's what Jane said.
Yeah, we just learned that this.
She loves them grabber glutes.
You know, this is going in a very bad place.
Yeah. Trilla says even Beardo reads all super chats, Craig. That's right. That's true. Sorry, I flipped your other ones there. But I appreciate it, Trillist. Okay. We'll get to the rest of your super chats, speaking of, here in a little bit. By the way, we are 4 yellow supers away from our goal of 20 yellows for the day. Let's go and hit that today, as we got a little bit more time to go. And we have our call-in show this afternoon, which is very, very cool. But first, let's get to this story here. As what some are calling the game of the decade, Expedition 33 is being called out and lambasted by people on social media. They are not happy about this game. Verbal Riot, have you heard anything about Claire Obscure Expedition 33?
I have heard nothing negative about this game. I'm playing it right now, and I'm telling you, it's the most gorgeous game I think I played ever. Like, it is a beautiful game. I'm not even a turn-based RPG guy, and I'm loving this game right now.
Logan, have you played it?
I own it.
You own it? He owns it. There you go. That's right.
I've heard no bad things about it. So this is news to me.
Okay, well, listen, it is the internet, so naturally there will be bad things about it. And we're here to talk about how silly it is. This is from Pirate Nation over here. Blabs, why don't you read the quote here?
All right, French leftists are trying to cancel devs of Clair Obscur with accusations of racism. They're grasping at straws such as Sandfall, consisting of white devs, peddling conspiracies that Sandfall are racist and are gatekeeping non-whites and non-French from working the studio. That Sandfall consists of the bigots who were expelled from Ubisoft after its workplace harassment drama. That they're racist because the sole Black Expedition 33 member dies early on in the game. That the game somehow has a nationalistic and patriotic agenda which is meant to appeal to fascists. Who the hell are these basement dwellers? This is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, why do we pay these people any attention, to be honest? They're just morons spewing on the internet.
Why? To laugh at them, Blabs, which is exactly what we're going to do. Here we go.
I'm assuming that they're targeting this game because it's successful.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It's very successful. And no, it's not very diverse, but you're playing a game where you're fighting like, you know, ridiculous monsters and weird shit. This is a dumb argument.
It was made in France. I mean,
and it was made in France.
Well, you can see some of the things here. This is from Regia. I don't know. I don't really know how to say his name, but we do know that he is a YouTuber as well. Here, this is his tweet here. Just curious what his channel looks like. Yeah, he has 249,000 subscribers over here, and he looks exactly like you'd expect him to look over here for complaining about these things. But here we go.
French.
30 devs. Yeah, and he's he is indeed.
Tower croissant.
Croissant. All right. Here we go from Marvel Fit. Why don't you read that one, Blabs?
All right, Marvel Fitness FR says there were more than 33 developers. The Asians who worked on the game are not highlighted. A person of color reported being rejected for a developer position, which inevitably gets people talking, maybe because they were shit for the job. The game itself doesn't really follow the woke codes, with racialized characters highlighted, as well as their teams in the photo. This appears to fascists, and it's politically exploited by the racist video game fans for the anti-diversity fight. It also raises eyebrows among leftists. Moreover, the nationalist and patriotic discourse was very present in the promotion of this game, which makes some people suspicious of the creator's underlying ideologies. But in short, in any case, the game is good, and there's no point in making a judgment on their intentions without concrete evidence. It's probably just a coinkydink.
Probably. There we go. So, anyways, you can see these people, and really, they're complaining about a bunch of nothing here. Verbal Riot, you said you're playing through it, you're enjoying it. Have you seen?
I'm enjoying a lot of it, man. I really, I'm looking forward to the day when all of this shit just stops. All of this, like, forced diversity, everything has to be super.
We're going to be way too old by then.
Yeah,
I know, but I just feel like, guys, gaming is a big world. It's a big world, right? You could have a game full of black people, and that'll be fine. You could have a game full of Asian people, which they have, and that would be fine, right? Like Indian people, whatever. Like everything doesn't have to be super inclusive all the time.
No, it does. I'm sorry. It actually does all the time, constantly. And if you don't,
sometimes it's fine. But
have you guys seen the new James Bond? What do you think about that new James Bond trailer? Oh,
yeah.
You didn't like it?
Really?
I don't recall it, to me, if I'm being totally honest. With you.
Lucky you.
Yeah,
that thing was terrible.
No, I think they're attacking this game because of the success it's had, and like if this game failed, no one would care.
Well, of course, yeah, it just would have came and went. But yeah, the game has more eyes on it, so naturally people are going to start pointing and pointing fingers and more eyeballs, more attention, and more idiots.
Shoot, it did better than Doom Dark Ages. It sold more.
Yeah.
It's because this game defeats all the points that all these people are always trying to make, that diversity is our strength, it makes everything better, blah 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 blah. Well, diversity originally was diversity of thought, not just stripping everyone down to their skin color and sexuality, and they just can't stand it. That's really it.
Or we can go to a couple gens back and just go, hey, a good game's a good game.
Yep.
What happened to those days?
And also ask a BioWare how that's going for them right now. Right? Ask them about Dragon Age, right?
How many of that? Oh, wait, diverse. The whole team got fired.
Well,
I don't know, man. I wish gaming would have stayed a pure place, right? Like I understand movies, Hollywood, you got to kiss the ring, you got to do all that stupid shit. I wish gaming just would have stayed a little bit more pure, where it's like, hey, we do this for fun, we're having a good time, we don't need this shit, right? We don't need the politics in our games.
Well, this is part of the thing where you have as soon as you let one psycho in, and then all of a sudden the gates have been breached, and this is where you get right here. I 100% agree. Now, one of the things that they were complaining about with Expedition 33 was, remember, they said these were the racist cast-offs from Ubisoft after the cultural shift, right? But what about Ubisoft? We saw the tweet a couple days ago where, obviously we're in the middle of Pride Month. Big deal, right? Now,
is that still a thing?
Well, at Ubisoft it is, even though despite just a few days ago, if you recall, they had a tweet out where they were talking about Happy Men's Health Awareness Month. Do you guys recall this?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is people were like, yeah, win for Ubisoft. All right. Yeah. And, it's great. Cool. But according to Endymion, that may not necessarily be the case. Once again, Endymion is the source. Take it as a grain of salt with anything we talk about on the show. We have a source that this is from Endymion. Says, I just got sent this from a Ubisoft Insider. They're still pushing Pride stuff month internally, and alleged Ubisoft still hasn't shown any internal help or post about Men's Health Awareness Month. If true, that sucks. But do with what you will. So was that Rainbow Six Siege post to the extent of their support here? And this is them, and they're obviously doing what they do, and it's once again, it's a French company. They're talking about how it's time to celebrate all that. Like, by the way, this looks like a router password. Like, can I just be really honest? Does that not look like a router? Like
yeah.
We just call it the Alphabet Mafia.
Right. That's what we're going on over here. But while the workplace protections remain firmly in place, a shifting landscape makes allyship more important than ever. I just don't understand why it's important to tell everybody where you put your penis. I just don't get it.
Also, I hate that word so much now. Allyship. I'm tired of hearing that.
Yeah, see, that's still okay, but God forbid we tell people like myself that I'm a Christian. Oh no, then I'm just the most worst person in the world.
Well, here's the thing. The reason why I hate that word so much is, what does it even mean? What does an ally mean? An ally to what and for what?
That right? You're okay with them sticking their things in places?
Well, because what it's implying is that all these people are against them, right? So we need people to ally with us to fight. Right. Fight what?
That's right.
Right. Well, this is the problem I'm having with this.
Yeah, you're 100% right. And I think there's been the idea of like pride fatigue. I think that there's a lot of people who very much feel that. Just the idea of like, look, we get it. Okay, it's fine. Just nobody cares. You literally don't need to put it in our face. It's fine. And then we all see the corporate nonsense of everyone backtracking this year because there has been a culture shift. It's like, if you truly were an ally, if you truly were, then you'd put that up regardless of how. But now, these corporate, you see Apple, they didn't post anything this year.
Dude, even Starbucks took down their rainbows.
Right.
Starbucks.
So it's all nonsense. It's all bullshit. Right. Now, according to Ubisoft, though, allyship is a verb. It isn't a passive label. It's an active commitment right here. It means listening to and learning from these team members, normalizing inclusive languages, language in action. What's that?
It's a team now?
Yeah. Well,
what's the sport?
Members of Ubisoft is what they mean. Challenging others to do the same. Now, here are some steps you can take. Obviously, you need to respect people's pronouns, right? Check your colleagues' team's profiles for their preferred pronouns, right? What's this? 10% of people, 5% of people who give you their preferred pronouns, and 95% of people need to do it. Share your pronouns with me when meeting new colleagues, adding your pronouns, she, her, he, him, they, them on Teams. When introducing yourself, so it's like, hey, it's me, she, they. Whenever you meet somebody, join You Be Proud. One of the most impactful ways to act as an ally. look, if you're working in this company, legit question, and they say, look, this isn't a passive label. This is an active commitment. They're saying it right here. This is an active commitment that you have to be in. Like, and they're saying these are things that you need to do. One of the most impactful ways. What if you don't? Like, what if you decide you don't? Like, is HR looking at you going like, they're troublemakers. They're not an active ally.
You have to respect that, but not people's religion? Because there's a lot of people whose religion, i.e. Christians, and there are plenty of them that say that is wrong. We should not go by that. So it's okay to set, poo-poo on those people, but not on the people that put their sexual preferences ahead of everything else.
Well, here's a good question. Along with that, do you have a legal case if you're a Christian and they punish you for not, being on board? Do you have a case against them now because they're infringing on your religious rights, right?
Well, here in the States, you probably could, but over there, aren't they based in France as well? It doesn't mean anything. It's whatever they tell you goes. So here in the States, we got freedom of religion and, it's still discrimination.
I'm starting to think this newsletter is from years ago, because when you go and search "You Be Proud," the only thing that pops up is from 2022. So I think that maybe this thing existed, but it's not a new Pride Month newsletter.
Okay, so did they take it down?
Well, this
is all I have.
Allow me to kind of remember, there are internal things that you can join, right? This may publicly, it may be this way, but privately, there's always the public facing portal. Then there's the private facing portal in a lot of these big companies. So publicly, yes, you may not have access to the information, but privately, they may be saying other things.
True, right? But I'm just saying the fact that they haven't said anything about "You Be Proud" anywhere in 3 years kind of seems a bit fishy to me.
I don't know. I mean, I got this right here. It says from 2022. I got the exact same thing you pulled up.
Yeah, there's nothing after that. I
don't know.
So I think that this definitely might have existed, this little email, but I think it's old. Hopefully, that's I hope it is. That way, we see it. They're actually going back to normal standards.
Well, I mean, obviously, when you look at that website was from 2022, and that is when a lot of the height of this insanity.
Exactly. That's why I'm thinking this little email is old.
Potentially. But the point that it existed in the first place, the idea
it's insane, absurd.
So, all right. Risk Videos says, my turn off on Switch 2 is that most third-party games will be key cards. That's not proper ownership. You don't even own Mario Kart World if it's included with your console. I want to purchase to be heirlooms. Montez.
That's I shouldn't say every, but most PS5 and Xbox Series XS games anyway. No one complains about that. You have what the last Call of Duty or even Doom had 80 something megabits on the disc. It makes it cheaper for developers to put out these key cards. I'm not defending them. I'm just saying there's a reason behind it.
So they charge more. Ian came in and says the reason there was no non-French people working on the game is because they would have to work with the French. Game Hunter came in and says, part 2, I'm the heir of a family fortune and I want nothing to do with it. I grew up poor with 5 NES games and 3 PS2 games, saved my money for 10 games. The funny joke was my dad made 6 figures. Well, Game Hunter, I think that's wonderful. If you don't want anything to do with that fortune,
send it this way.
And you want to support side scrollers and our growth, by all means, Blabs would love a raise. Mr. Melancholy says it's a bunch of parasitic hacks who are mad. They don't get a piece of the Sandfall's pie. Unfortunately, this happens when our hobbies go mainstream, and we need to push back. Mary says, Montez. Yes, we did hit our Montez goal today. Thank you very much for that. We did. That's spectacular. And we will continue to deliver Montez after Montez. Verbal Right, I think you get to pick today.
Oh, cool.
So I'm going to give you, you can pick between 1 and 5.
All right. I'm going to do something I normally never do. I never do even numbers. I'm going to do even numbers today. I'm going to do 4.
4. All right. Sounds
lucky
good.
Number. Good job.
Excellent. Let's go 4.
Bitch! Montez!
got.
I picked a good one.
You did. You picked a good one right there. That's good. That's good. Young Stove says,
How
"Stop
have I not
skipping
seen
super."
that before?
It's a new one. We're always adding them. Always adding them. Young Stove says, "Stop skipping super chats." We're not skipping super. We're gonna get all your super chats. We're gonna get every single one. We appreciate them. Like we can't. We literally can't do your show without your super chats. We will not skip your super chats, including Marius, who says, "Well, I could be wrong, but I believe Diversity was an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era." Thank you, Marius. Game Hunter says, "Part 3. Now I collected consoles and games over the years, investing my time and money for my dream project. It's worth it since it's coming out of my pocket. My life's passion is music and video games. Let's go." Great for you, man. Love to see that. Ian says, "The phrase allyship as a verb sounds straight out of Idiocracy. I was ally shipping earlier."
Oh, God.
Raptor Kratos says, "Did they do the same thing to Baldur's Gate 3 that they're doing with Expedition 33? Montez?" Yeah, people were really, really pissed. Yes.
Wait, did they go after Baldur's Gate 3?
They go after every game that doesn't.
Because I thought that community loved Baldur's Gate 3 because you can like have sex with a bear and weird shit like that.
The bear, yes, the bear indeed. That was a big deal. Man,
it was creepy.
Yeah, it is weird. It's really weird. Yes. All right, we got some super chats to get to. Then we have our call-in show today. We still have some stories we didn't get a chance to hit, so including Plane Talk. Maybe we'll bring Plane Talk over to the call-in show. Does that sound good, Blabs?
I accept your terms.
Okay, sounds good. So we will do Plane Talk over on the call-in show here very shortly. But first, we got to get to your super chats, guys. Thank you very much for being a part. I know a lot of you guys bounced, but don't stick with us for another 5 more minutes. We'd really appreciate it. Maybe you get some gold out of this. I think it'd be good. Blaz, what do we got?
Okay, Mark of Reality says the two sides in gaming are normal and common groomer, not extremist blah blah, right and left. Okay, thank you very much. West says they're attacking Claire Obscure the same reason they attack Kirsche instead of Asmongold. Smaller, more vulnerable, but they're both underestimated by their enemies. Black Kane says Dixar's Toy Story theme. I've got a friend in me.
Oh.
Jared, for one, says if Mass Effect gets the Halo treatment, it will be dead on arrival. Plus, it's also one of my favorite game trilogies of all time. Also, I'd love to see Craig give Mass Effect a shot.
I wouldn't mind seeing DOA come back. I enjoyed that fighting game.
Winston says, hey, Craig, I enjoyed seeing on Alex Stein's show yesterday. Big ups and hashtag free Joe Exotic. Hashtag Carol Baskin was an inside job.
Who's Carol Baskin?
That was the guy, the lady who definitely did not kill her husband. Definitely didn't. If you'd watched this series, you'd know.
Oh, okay.
Potato Raider says cocaine? Marvel, not the home of the Snow Flame, whose superpower was cocaine. Joey says 3D Mario Kart games were mechanically not good, but they did have their charm in one aspect that stuck out. Mario Kart DA has the Crypt, Deception, and the Conquest mode, and Armageddon had the Create.
Mortal Kombat.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, like, are we talking about 3D Mario Kart? What the fuck? Anyway, Mortal Kombat, guys.
Now that hits different.
I was so confused. I thought this was about Nintendo. Deception does the Conquest mode and Armageddon have the creator fight. Can you imagine Armageddon Mario Kart? Anyway, thank you very much, Joey. I'm sorry I fucked that one up. Neon says, I enjoyed Baldur's Gate 3. I just didn't frick dudes and bears. Carlac is best lack. Okay, thank you. Torgo says, Verbal, have you seen the Capcom fighting collections?
I have. I have them.
Okay. Mercer says mermaids since tops are normal with them. Spider Bro says, oh, plus a 2 commute is a warehouse job. Mercer says, no, I can't take back the state or the grave for me. Okay. Wiz says, hard work means a lot more when you have people who care about you. Some of us are just discards. This guy is blessed and people calling it slavery is ridiculous. Spider Bro says, wait till they work 5 to 5 graveyard shift. Wes says 9 to 5 wage cucking is soul crushing. It's no way to live. If you make enough to live, but not enough to ever get ahead of your hamster running on a wheel. Mercenary says, I like the real Game Awards, but for Tengen, others like him are ripping you over the Game Awards. I don't get the hate for the Game Awards. Thank you very much. Worthy says, I'm back. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeats. Okay. Kana says, so do you think Sydney Sweeney is going to go full ethot and sell farts or beer next? I don't think so. I think that Dr. Squash went up to her, was like, we have this proposition. She was like, easy money, let's go. And it worked out well. Wes says, you should have the dev on the Switch hack on the show so he can explain it. Thank you very much. Mercenary says, sorry, milk sacks, bloody autocorrect.
Oh, don't call it that.
Yes, the only milkshakes I want to talk about are the ones on Pretty Ladies. Also, your fire blocks for springing up the me look in a bag thing. English isn't his best word.
No.
Juices. So Verbal doesn't know about the Diddy exit then.
I don't know anything. I don't know a thing.
What's a Diddy exit?
Let's move on. Definitely not a Gator says doesn't know about the bag milk. Next Verbal's gonna say he doesn't know about the government cheese caves. Oh, that's exciting.
Wait, what?
Oh, wow. Okay,
What?
yeah. We need to go down this rabbit hole here. You want your weekend to be ruined, Verbal Riot? Yeah, just search government.
What are we talking about here?
Yeah, listen, just do it. Search government cheese cave.
Yep.
I'm about to look it up right
Do it
now.
right now.
Still for 5 says the AAA studios are so hurt over Expedition 33, gameplay 10, story 10, graphics 10. The ending will gut you though. Lastly, death to AAA studio. Black Kane says Dixar's Up is a very different movie. Whisper One says if they made this soap specifically to finish washing, they could call it. Thank you very much. All right, Mercenary says Elon and Orange Man are doing a bit. That's all it is. Right on, Mercenary.
What is this cheese made out of?
Milk.
Like, wait, what?
Wes says Switch 2 already hacked as a major clickbait title. It's mostly likely a web browser exploit, though we don't know. This is what the dev said. And to clarify, I don't have a native code, except this is all userland ROP context. Switch 2 hacked is a major overreach. And then Jared says, if $1 there is one game from the state of play that you didn't talk about yesterday that I think would really pique your guys' interest is Ninja Gaiden Rage Bound.
Yes, that does look very, very cool. The new Ninja Gaiden Rage Bound game, that looks very cool. Thank you, Jared. Appreciate that. All right. Okay, guys, thank you very much. I need you to open up a new tab right now. Join us over on Side Scrollers Plus if you haven't yet. We are 8 days away from King of the Couch. We got some good stuff planned for you guys. If you guys haven't decided to support yet, head over there, become a member. Would really appreciate it. Use promo code COUCH, COUCH, to get a discount. That's $30 off your annual membership. That's essentially the price of a YouTube membership for just at one time. So we'd really appreciate your support over there. Great way to support us. The best place to support us. We're going to head over there. We'll give both Logan and Verbal Riot the opportunity to bounce. But if you want, join us over there. We'd love for you guys to see us over there. Kick, have a great day. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Thanks for all your Kick monies, with your big support over there. Maybe tomorrow we'll crest $4 in revenue, which will be great over there, which will be good. So you guys on Kick, see you later. Bye-bye. You guys hanging out over on Rumble. You guys, did you know that your Rumble account is literally synced up with Side Scrollers Plus right now? You can join by the way, for free, I might add. We have all sorts of free stuff. So Rumble, open up Side Scrollers Plus right now. You can literally sync
them yet. Because Mighty Megatron for 2 and Rumble says the Diddy exit equals when you wake up with a sore asshole in the morning.
Oh, wow. I am learning a lot of things today.
Welcome to Side Scrollers.
Government cheese caves and Diddy exits.
That's right. Thanks, Game Hunter. Appreciate that. Rumble, have a good day, guys. See you guys later. Open up the new tab. See you guys on Plus right there. And you guys hanging out over on YouTube. Appreciate you guys. Get outside, touch some grass, hit the thumbs up button on your way out, and share the show with a bro. You guys, see you later. Remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got to go get it. See ya. Bye-bye.